hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome to Reality Roundup, where we give you the highlights of all of the competitive reality TV shows of the week. What a week! We had a great week of reality TV. Well, a heartbreaking week of reality television, but still a good week of reality television nonetheless. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm going to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her. And I will say, I don't have an intro because I don't have one. But you know what I do have? Duct tape. I have duct tape. And you can't go wrong with duct tape. You just can't go wrong with duct tape. So, but I do have a cup mug too. Yeah. You can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code. You can scan it. It'll take you right to the shop, and you can buy your merch. Favorite the shop. Send a cute little message when you get your merch, and I'll respond to you because I always do. So thanks so much for all the people who are going to get cup mugs. So get it, get it. Thank you. Period.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I have a question about the cup. Is it kosher?
What?
Is it kosher?
Huh?
Is it Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Are you gonna buy it or not?
Yes, I'll buy it.
Oh man. Yo, what a week. Y'all know how we do here on the cup when all these intros and how it's just if you have not watched the show we referring to, go watch it because it's fun.
Yep.
It's fun, it's cool, it's great. But we are here, we are back, we are talking reality television, all the week's worth of highlights and things. So we're gonna go down our list, and we love, love, love. If you would just do me two favors. One, comment on this video. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you loving and liking, if you liking or loving anything, because I know you are. I see you watching. I know you are loving and liking it. So thank you so much for watching. We truly, truly appreciate you. And so let us know what you're thinking. What was your highlight of the week? Give us your highlight of the reality show that you watched this week. Let us know what you think in the comments. Maybe we'll shout you out next week. We might. Whoever gives us some highlights. I want some highlights. Let us know what you was feeling, what was you into. And then if you are new and you have not subscribed to the channel, you should do that because we are sitting at $4.99. And we've been sitting here for a minute and I need to get to that 500 mark. We've been sitting here and I'm like, yo, what is going on? We are halfway through the year almost, and we're halfway to our goal of 1,000 new subscribers. So help us out. We're slowly but surely getting there, but we would really, really, really appreciate if you have not subscribed. Help us get over that mark and subscribe to this channel because we are giving you all things competitive reality television. We are doing our best to give you everything that we possibly can about competitive reality television, shows that maybe some people don't talk about on the internet. We go talk about it. And then shows that everybody talking about, we go join in the conversation. So help us out. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Follow us on this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow David and myself if you'd like. Those links are also down there. Follow us. We doing some things. We talk about some things on our own personal channel. So do that as well. We truly, truly appreciate you. So yeah, that's what we would love for you to do. Help us out. Thanks so much. Now, David, we're gonna do what we always do, I guess. We're gonna start this thing out where we start this thing out, and that is our singing and variety shows. And of course, we're going to start where we always start. That is with American Idol, because it is the finale we have wrapped up American Idol for the season, and a long 3 hour finale was had. Could have been done in two. I'll be honest. It could have been done in two. Actually, it could have been done in an hour if we cut off a lot of the
Mhm.
stuff. But 3 hours of American Idol. David, how do we want to do this? Do we want to start with the entirety of the show, or do we want to just get to the contestants, the final three, and then do the rest of the show, or just how do we want to?
Yeah, I think we should just get the contestants out of the way, then we could talk about all the other random stuff and whether we liked it or not.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I will say before like the very first thing they did to start off the show was the song "Champion" with Carrie Underwood. We got our top three, and
Mhm.
that removed any doubt, if you had any, that the winner should be Jordan because Jordan was by far the standout in that group performance.
What did you know what I mean? Like, okay, don't get me
Yeah,
started. Yeah, I
but
felt that that was all the way it started. I was like, first of all, I will say I do think the final three were good final three. I think out of what I think if I could have replaced one person, I probably would have had Kendall in there
yes, me too.
over Hannah, but
Yes, that would be a perfect top three for
that would
me.
have been the perfect top three. But
Mhm.
I do think since Kendall wasn't there, this was the top three. That should have been the top three.
That row, that should have been the top three.
Yep,
That row right
absolutely. Oh, I didn't even
there.
think about that. I didn't even see that, but
Yeah.
yes, that third row should have been the top three. But
Mhm.
mm, okay.
Yep. But it was nice to see Alicia Keys there as the mentor. I really like Alicia Keys. She's got so many great songs,
Hmm.
and she seems like a really good mentor. She's been doing this on The Voice. So, yeah, the first round we got um, people doing covers of her songs. So,
Hmm.
shall we get to these rankings?
Let's get to them.
Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting because we have a tie for second place.
Ooh.
We'll go ahead and start with Hannah Harper doing No One. She was ranked number three for you, but number two for me. Um,
Okay.
so this is not an easy song to sing. Lana and I talked about this a little bit before the show. Like this is a song where it's easy, like especially the way the key changes, like in the chorus, like it's hard to find the pitch sometimes. I think Alicia even struggles with that sometimes.
Hmm.
But I do like that she took a song that isn't her style and put a twist on it. She gave it a bluegrass vibe. And she has really great control on her runs. And those really worked well on this song for me when she would do the no one, like she would do her runs there. I was like, that's actually really cool, like country twist that works. So I actually really enjoyed this more than I expected. Um, I think this was one of her strongest performances of the season.
I mean, I liked it. Like I said, I think she has a very pretty voice. Her voice is very, very pretty. She's consistently giving us beautiful performances, beautiful sounds. Like it's going to always be like I'm never worried that Hannah's going to give us a bad performance because she's always going to be pretty. She has very great control of her voice. She knows how to work whatever song she's singing into the style that makes her feel more comfortable. So I've never very ever been concerned about if she's going to give us a solid vocal performance. Always been that. I get nervous if she's going to give us a good performance, not a vocal performance. Vocally, she's solid. She's consistent. She's solid. It's always going to be good. Performance wise, I'm like, I was bored. She bores me, and that is what I felt about this one. Like her performance, while I just was not wowed by it, and I was just like, it was nice. It never made me move. It didn't move me. It didn't stir me up. I didn't sit up in my seat. I was just like, oh, okay, it's good. And that's the problem with Hannah with me. It's just cute. It's just nice. Never anything to move me. She moved me when she did Fever. I was like, ooh, okay. Yeah, I see that. I see you, Hannah.
Mm.
I see you. She moved me when she did her song with Kelly Pickler. I was like, oh, that's so good. This week I was not moved by her on this song.
Very fair. Well, maybe you were moved by our next person. It is Keela Richardson doing Unthinkable. I'm ready. So you had this ranked at number two. I had it ranked at a very close number three. Full
Mm-hmm.
disclosure, I give them all points out of 100. Each time I watched the performance, I only had 1 point difference between Hannah and Keela.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so for me, it's just a bit of a more mixed bag with Keela because I think it starts off too low for her. So she's struggling to hit some of those low notes. Once she gets to the pre-chorus, though, that's where I'm like, oh, you sound like Alicia Keys. Like she
Mm-hmm.
was able to be like a chameleon and bring out her tone, which was really impressive. But then on the chorus, the first chorus, she was just kind of overshooting some of the notes. Um, but the thing about Keela is she's so reliable in the second half of a song because she
Mm-hmm.
always knows how to build and take it home. The second half was incredible. That's where I got my flashbacks to Karen Clark Sheard. I've compared her to her quite a bit. So the second half of this performance, I think, was definitely stronger than what Hannah did. But if I'm looking at the first, which was a little rocky, and the second, then it just barely put her below Hannah for me.
That's where me and you are like, and that's where we differ because I feel like Keela's performance was better, and I was like, I sat up a little bit like, oh, okay, but then I agree with you. Vocally, I would have put her under Hannah because it was like it was a
Mm,
little bit shaky, it was a little bit rocky. Like you said, the low was too low for her. I don't know, but it was just like but I think I went off the performance a little bit, which put her slight. Like I would have gave her that 1 point advantage over Hannah for the performance because Hannah's, but vocally 1 point advantage would have went to Hannah. It just they were interchangeable in that moment because I think both of them had their flaws, but both of them had their good points. So that made total sense. I understood
mhm. Very fair. Okay. Well, we do agree on our number one for the
because
first round.
this was by far the best.
Yes, it was by far the best. It was Jordan McCullough singing "If I Ain't Got You." Yeah, we both put him number one. Do you want to go first, or should I go?
I'll go because he was by
Okay.
far the like it was leaps and bounds beyond better than both Keela and Hannah. Like it was so smooth, and he just I think Carrie said it. One of the judges said it. He he doesn't go too far, and he don't be too low. He just hit that sweet spot, and he just hit it, and it's so it's so good. Like it was like man from the moment he started till he ended, I was in there with him. I was in the zone. Like he grabbed me from some people, and I was like, "Yes." Some people, what? What do some people do? And I was there, and he took me and he held me. Like Jordan makes me feel safe when he sings. I don't have to worry about him going all over the place. I don't have to worry about him losing it. I don't have to worry about him not doing something. He performs just enough. He sings just enough. It's so in his zone in the sweet spot. It was by far my favorite performance from him. But on this one, he was by far the best.
Yeah, I fully agree. This was the song I was hoping to hear him sing. I had mentioned before the finale, I was like, oh, I'd love a duet with him and Alicia. Because when I think of this, I always think of the Usher duet.
Right.
And that's how I like it as a duet, but he was just as good without having a partner here. It's like I don't say this very often about people, but this was just a perfect vocal for me. Like he's so reliable. I think maybe that's a problem with the audience is that people have just become complacent with him just being so consistently good.
Mhm.
Maybe if he had more like lower moments and the higher moments would shine, but when everything's a high moment, then I guess people take him for granted, which is really unfortunate. The one thing I didn't expect with this song was the key change that he pulled off.
Yes.
And he did it with such ease too. And I was like,
Jeez.
okay, okay, Jordan. I would love to hear a recorded version of this.
Absolutely. I would love that because that key change took me. I was like, oh,
Yep.
Alicia Keys could never.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys could never. Because that was T.
Yep. Yep. I mean, this made it very clear he should be the winner. I think it's pretty cut and dry
Mm-hmm.
after round one, as if the rest of the season didn't make it clear enough.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but shall we move to our hometown songs?
Yeah, we sure.
Okay, so we both have the same person at third place. We both put Hannah Harper. She did "Married to This Town," was an original song. I didn't. I still am not sure. Is this an original song that she wrote, or an original song that the show gave her?
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
on She Road. I'm not sure.
I think it was too, which makes me feel a little bad for what my notes said. And I'm just going to be very honest about what I was thinking as I was hearing it. I start off my notes by saying the song is quite boring. Nothing I will remember. She sang it fine, but so what? I don't know why they bring out these boring ass original songs in the finale uh, of all episodes. So I'm sure that was a little bit more shade than I meant to give to Hannah. Like if she wrote it herself, then great, props to her. It just didn't do anything for me. Like if this is what she's going to have on her album, then I'm sure she has a target audience for it. I'm not her target audience, so yeah, this did nothing for me.
Yeah, that is her song.
Oops, sorry, girl.
Yeah. Um, it's her song. But honestly, I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I was like, it's boring. I was not moved by her performance. It was boring. It's lovely that she got to go home and be in her house, like you said, even for a minute with her family, and you know, and all the town, all everybody came out. It was lovely, lovely.
And that was only an hour and a half from me. Like I kind of wish I had went. Like if I had known that she was going to be so close, because she lives in Missouri too.
Hmm.
I kind of wish I went and saw her there. That would have been cool.
So you could say it was boring. You wanted to go see us so you could see us boring.
She sang other songs. She sang the
No,
one
but no, I
song.
get it. I get it.
Who was the woman that came out and surprised her?
Leah
Oh,
no
Jody
woman.
Messina.
No, Jody
No, it was
Messina.
Jody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jody Messina.
which
Yeah,
was pretty cool.
that's cool. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was cute. But
Yeah,
yeah, I just didn't like. But like you said, we are not her target audience. We are not her target audience, and I'm sure she is going to do so great with her target audience. They are going to eat it up. That is not me. I thought it was boring. I did. She sounded pretty. Again, vocally, I am never going to say she has a bad voice. She has a great voice. She's beautiful tone. Just boring.
fair. Well, this is interesting though. We have a tie for number one in our
Mm,
rankings
okay, because you
because
have, yeah.
yes, I put Keela number one. You put Keela number two. So she's saying "I Love the Lord" by Whitney Houston. Uh, this feels so much in her wheelhouse. Instantly, some of the best vocals she's delivered all season. Like right from the start, I didn't have to worry about like, oh, let's get through the rough part to get to the good part. No, the vocals were consistently good throughout this performance. Um, you can also tell just by listening to it that her voice was filling up that entire room. Like you could just hear the reverb. And man, I wish I could have been in that room just to hear her sing this song. I mean, she's incredible when she's doing what's most natural to her, and this song felt so natural to her. I love this. Maybe my favorite she's done since the live shows.
Um, yeah. First, let me say, "I Love the Lord" is not by Whitney Houston. Is love. "I Love the Lord" is by Richard Smallwood. Let me put that out there first. Richard Smallwood
Okay, well,
made it
Whitney
first.
Houston did it too.
Richard Smallwood did it first. He
Okay,
wrote the
fair.
song. He wrote the song. So we're gonna put that out there because we never go skip over Richard Smallwood. That is, whew, not my Richard Smallwood. I love me some Richard Smallwood. Like, do not do that. But yes, Whitney did put it in the movie, so that's where everybody else heard it in the masses. But if you were in the gospel world, you know Richard Smallwood
Fair.
did "I Love the Lord" first. But Keela did a really good job with "I Love the Lord." She really did. I enjoyed it. My only issue with Keela is the thing that I always have with Keela. She doesn't take the time to put the dynamics where it needs to be, and it's always right out the, it's hard all out. The song has some finesse, it has some nuance, it has some, even when Whitney did it, it had that nuance. It wasn't I love, like, no, you got to bring it in. And she doesn't do the nuances that I particularly like in song. Did I think she sounded good? Absolutely, she sounded good. I just wanted to hear the nuances, the dynamics, the highs and lows of this song. And then when she can get to that end, take it, like take it there. Give me. I wanted to feel the anointing in this room. When I hear that song, I want to feel the anointing just falling all over them. I wanted to feel it through the screen, just like, oh, I want that with anybody who sings "I Love the Lord," because that song just calls for it. It, if you love the Lord, it calls for it, and I felt it was lacking that nuance, that thing. But did it sound good? Absolutely, it sounded really good. I just wanted it to have that little anticipation in it, where it's like, oh, it's gonna get to the part. It's gonna get to the part. It's gonna get to the part. And it got to the part. It to me, it just came out like, oh, I'm at the part. I wanted it the nuance, but still, Keela is Keela, and Keela's gonna always sound good. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, speaking of always sounding good,
Old
so
Faithful.
yes, you had Jordan at number one. I had him at number two, a pretty close number two. But he did "Dear God" by Smokey Norfolk. First of all, the intro package that showed Murfreesboro, his hometown. Murfreesboro is special to me because the summer of 2007, I had an internship in Nashville and I stayed in Murfreesboro. So I'm like, oh, that reminds me of being there 19 years ago when he was just a little kid. um, but Smokey Norfolk is a great vocalist. I would have loved to hear him do "God Is Able." I know that's like a
Oh,
really popular choice, but I
ooh.
think Jordan would absolutely destroy "God Is Able." I still like this song. Um, yeah, I think once again it's very natural for him. His tone when he holds out those high notes, there's
Mm,
nothing that beats that. Um, and this is like we've talked about this throughout the season. This is how you get emotional in a song, but still keep it in control. And
mm-hmm.
he did that. You could tell he was definitely choked up by the end of the song. He didn't let it derail him. So this was a great performance by him once again.
Old Faithful, old reliable, just consistent king Jordan is. And from the moment he said, "Sometimes I feel like," I was like, yes, giving up. My hands was up. I was like, period, point blank. And I knew this was about to be an experience. This was about to be a worship experience for me. And I had my worship experience. I was like, yes, sing out your soul. And this song, for me personally, is just so special to me. It's a song that it has gotten me through a lot. It has gotten me through a lot in my life. And so this song was special just all in itself. So I felt it, and hearing him sing it, how he sang it, I was just like, oh. Quick funny story. This song was one of the first songs me, my sister were riding in a car. No, Nisha was riding in the car with her baby, with her son, and he was a baby, not even a year old, like some months old. And she was playing the song, and her older son, and Derek, he was they're playing the song, and so she's driving down the street, and the song starts and says, "Sometimes I feel like giving up," and the baby in the back said, "Yes." Like, waved his hand. It was like, yes. I was like, because he saw his mom do it so much, because every time she
Yes.
plays, she was like, yes. And so he did. So that song always already, that little funny part was like, "Ah, I love that. That was his first pro. I was like, that's your first worship experience, baby. Love it. I love that for him. But that song has gotten me through, because that song came out the same year my mom passed. And so that song helped me through a lot of just hard times. So I was so happy that Jordan chose to sing that song. And hearing him sing that song at this time
Right.
in this competition was like, yeah, it was a hard road. And he, from before the competition till now, I'm sure he felt like giving up. I'm sure he felt like this just ain't, I'm not good enough to do this. But somebody saw me through. God saw me through it. I love this. I love this song so much. I love the way he sang it. It was everything to me.
And this was the day after Mother's Day too. So
Mm-hmm. It was hard.
I
It
think
was hard.
yeah, it was meant for you. I think maybe for Jordan to sing this.
Absolutely. I
So
needed it. I
mhm.
needed it.
Yeah, but then we get a lot of other performances, a whole lot of other performance. First, okay, I want to talk about something that's not a performance first, and it was one of my favorite things. So we know that Carrie Underwood, she knows the lyrics to all the songs. They
Mm-hmm.
talked about it last season. They talked about it this season, but she's not
Box
alone
Carrie.
because Keela's son Drew also knows all the words to all the songs. So we got Drew versus Carrie for a sing along championship hosted by Drew Carey.
Which I
I
love
love this
that
segment.
so much.
Yes. It's funny because even like they said Drew versus Carey, I'm like, oh, like Drew Carey. And then they said hosted by Drew Carey. And I'm like, oh, of course.
Makes sense.
this this segment, like
So
I'm not
cute.
always like big into cutesy things, but this was
Yeah.
adorable. I love
This
this.
was an adorable segment.
Mhm.
I thought it was so cute.
Oh, yeah, and it broke up. It broke up some not as great performances, so it was kind of refreshing when it popped up.
Can we just go through the performances and give a yay or nay to the performances? Like, boo.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit harsh on my nays. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
in real life I would give them a yay, but I'm expecting better for a finale. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we started off with the top three, singing with Alicia Keys, her song "Loving You" from her debut album. Yeah, I'm also gonna say nay, nay.
Nay, that was bad.
Yes. And then we got En Vogue doing "My Lovin'" and "Free Your Mind," supposedly with Ray. I didn't hear Ray.
She had
Nay.
one verse she sang, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah, nay.
nay, performance.
And then we had Jake Thistle and Jesse Finling singing with Blues Travelers and Gin Blossoms. They did "Hey Jealousy" in the hook.
So, hey, jealousy. Okay, that was
Yeah,
fine.
that's an okay.
That was an okay. Blues Traveler.
That was the biggest nay. The
Boo.
biggest.
Boo. Tomato, 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 boo.
Yeah, it's time to hang it up. I'm sorry. I'm
Right, and
sorry.
it's not Jake Thistle's fault either.
Yeah, or Jesse, I think, did that.
Just it's not Jesse
Wait.
or Jake's.
Oh,
It's
it
their
was Jake.
fault.
It was Jake. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's not Jake's fault. It's Blues Traveler need to wrap it up.
Yep.
B.
Well, then we move on to Lucas Leon. Leon doing "I'm Gonna Miss Her" with Brad Paisley.
That's okay. It's all right. Okay, here's my thing. I like the song more than I like the performance. I like the lyrics because I was like, that made me laugh. The lyrics of this song made me laugh. This man said, "I want to go fishing. I want to go this. I want to do this." And she told me if I go, she gonna be gone. She gonna leave me. Well, guess I'm gonna miss you. I was like, oh,
That is funny. That is funny.
it's so funny to me. And I'm like, you know what? Girl, you know that man like to fish and hunt and do all that stuff before you dated him. Why you just tell him now he can't do it and then you gonna leave him if you do?
Right.
Well, girl, peace out. Deuces. I thought the lyrics of that song is hilarious. The performance is alright.
Yep. I'm gonna give it a nay, but that's partially just because it's not my kind of song. Okay. Well, next we had Chris Tungseth with Nelly doing "Cruise."
I wasn't moved.
Yeah, this was actually one of my stronger nays. It just felt like Chris was lazy on it. Like,
Chris was like,
Try.
whatever. Chris
Yeah.
was like, I ain't win, so what I'm gonna give my all for? I'm still saying, yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Carrie Underwood with Motley Crue doing Home Sweet Home and Kickstart My Heart.
And I, to be honest, I skipped past that.
Oh, did you? Okay, well, I'm gonna give Carrie a big yay. She sounded great. Motley Crue gets an A. Okay, then we move on to Brooks with Cameron Whitcomb, who apparently was on the show a few years ago doing Searchlight and Second Chance. Or no, sorry, Kingdom of Fear. I'm skipping
Kingdom of
ahead.
Fear. That
Yes,
was a
yay.
good one. That
This
was
was really. Oh, you got the thing.
I
This was
do.
really good. I was impressed. Like I didn't know that Brooks could do songs like this, but he actually pulled it off.
I
And
think
Cameron was great.
Cameron pulled that out of Brooks. I don't know because we
Hmm.
never saw this from Brooks, but I think Cameron's energy, because he has so much energy, his
Hmm.
energy is he like either Brooks was gonna stand there and look stupid or he was gonna match his energy. And Cameron was not going to allow him to Cameron was not going to dull his energy, so Brooks had to match his energy, and so it was nice to see that. And I hope Brooks will continue that and keep building that energy because it was nice to see. This was the Brooks I wanted to see the entire
Exactly.
competition because his voice is there. I just wanted to see him perform, and he performed. It was lovely to see.
Hmm. Well, next we had Philman Lee with Shinedown doing Searchlight and Second Chance.
Yeah,
I'll say yay. I liked it.
it was okay.
Good
One
vocals.
bad,
Good
one
vocals all
bad.
around.
It was all right.
Mhm. Then we have another break from the contestants, and we have Alicia Keys with Ray, not
Mhm.
not this Ray, but the singer from Britain, Ray,
Mhm.
doing Fallen. This is my biggest yay.
This is EA.
This was
That
so yes. Bring out those fireworks. But
was
I
EA.
freaking love Ray. Ray is by far one of my favorite newer artists. I think she's so good. She writes incredible songs. She's an
Mhm.
amazing vocalist. She's gorgeous. She's got everything. Like give Ray the world. And she sounded so good. Alicia sounded good. Ray
I think
outshined her.
I think Ray made Alicia sound better.
Okay, fair.
And that happens when you sing with somebody else. Either you go match their energy
Hmm.
or you go look stupid. And
Yep.
sometimes you have to get it. And I think Alicia had to get it because yeah, Ray sounded amazing.
Hmm. Next, you might have skipped this one too. It was just Luke Bryan
Yeah, I skipped him.
doing. Yeah,
His
he
new
was
song.
doing his
Mhm.
new song. His new song is called "Fish, Hunt, Golf, Drink." I'm like, oh
Yep.
yeah, those are four things I don't do.
Right.
Like the whole song, I'm like, I cannot relate to a
It
single part
relates
of
to
this
nothing. No, thank you. Bye.
song. But that wasn't the last we saw of Luke because Julian Kalel came out and sang with Luke Bryan. They did 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Mm, eh,
It was okay.
all
I
right.
think Luke must have messed up because Luke was giving like, "Oh wow, I screwed up" energy in the like second half of the song, but I didn't notice. So maybe don't make it so noticeable, Luke.
Right. It's all right.
Ooh, okay. Then we get Braden with Clay Aiken doing Rewind and Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato. I am pissed about this one. I am upset about this one. Is the biggest nay to me. This is the biggest boo. I'm upset and I'm not mad at
And not
Braden.
because of Braden.
And
Yeah.
it's not because of Braden. I thought I was gonna be mad at Braden. The last week I was giving so I was like, oh Braden, you finna be ate up. Braden ate up Clay Aiken, which is ridiculous in my opinion, because that should never happen. Clay Aiken, sir, remember when you were on the Idol in 2003 and you had that big voice? It is now 2026 and you don't have that voice anymore. It's time to bring the note down a half a step. That rewind song is your song, and it was way too high for you. Like it sounded you looked a mess too. What was those pants? Oh my god, those pants looked horrible. Like, come on, Clay. I'm upset because I gave all this praise last week. Like Clay is about to eat, yeah, about to eat. It's gonna be good. And then when I found out they were doing the Let the Sun Going Down on Me, I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be good. Hey, hey. You came in early on Don't Let the Sun. Braden threw you an alley oop and you fumbled. You missed it. It was. I'm pissed, annoyed.
Yeah. I agree. Copy paste everything you said. What I will say, it is kind of wild that Braden was born the exact same day that Clay sang that on the Wild Card show. That's
Crazy,
insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Wild.
I wonder if that's
Really?
like the only reason they did this is because they knew that they could tell that story. Probably. But
Probably.
that's okay. Like,
It's
yeah, I
fine,
mean,
but
I think for the most part, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me was pretty good. It was just the fact that like he's rushing the song. Like I'm sure Braden was pissed. Like they did a wide shot then. I wanted a close up of Braden's face when Clay is coming in so early.
right.
What
Because
do
if
you
I
mean
would,
we have to just have an instrumental moment now because you rushed the song?
because I would have been like, what? See, I
No,
can't
I am
hold
gonna
my
let the sun
face.
go down.
I am somebody who can never hold their face when it comes to somebody messing up on the song with me, and so I know because my sisters would tell you I'm the first one to be like, if they mess up, I'm like, "Eh." And if I mess up, I'm like, but that was oh, I was like, did your ear in monitor? Did your ear in go out or something? You just didn't hit a band? What? It's
Yep.
bad.
We'll move on.
Please,
uh, Next, we had Hannah Harper with Leanne Womack doing "I Hope You Dance." This is a big yay for me.
this is a
I thought
yay.
this was,
It was a
yeah,
good
one of
one.
the best performances of the night.
It was a good one.
Um, yeah. Um, then we had Daniel Stallworth and Jordan McCullough singing with Tori Kelly, "Control" and "Confetti."
Biggest yay for me. This was a groove. This, like, I'm trying to get my fireworks to come off because this was the uh, biggest yay. Biggest yay for me. I thought this was so good.
I agree with you on "Confetti." The song that Tori did by herself was too low for her. I didn't like that so much.
I don't mind. See, I like low song when women can do that low range. It's.
It's just
I
not her
like
sweet
it.
spot.
No, her sweet spot is the up and the runs. But
Mhm.
I like that she was showing her range because she can do that. But I think, but the three of them together,
Yeah. I mean, they're three of the best vocalists that were on the stage tonight. So what are you expecting? Um,
ooh, so good. I'll give confetti for confetti. Damn.
okay,
Hmm.
next is interesting. We had Kendall Inskeep and Lainey Grace singing Kendall's song "Honest." And so I don't think you were watching the auditions at the point when Kendall auditioned, were you?
I did. I watched
Okay,
her.
so you saw. Did you see the other girl audition with her song?
Yes, with her
Yeah.
song, which I thought was wild.
Yeah. I like this. I'm gonna give it yay. I don't think Lainey Grace is ready for American Idol. Like it definitely was Kendall was outshining her, which is
Yes.
understandable. It almost felt like Lainey was an American Idol contestant getting to sing with the celebrity who's Kendall.
Hmm. Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
but I thought it was just a cute moment to have, so I still give it a yay.
It was okay. It was okay. I think Kendall did what Kendall did, what Kendall does, and which was great. And that's all I'll say about that.
Mhm. Okay, well, next we have Keela Richardson with Jason Mraz doing "I Won't Give Up."
It was the
For me,
yay
it's
for
a
me.
soft yay, but it's more because I don't. This is not a pairing I would put together. I'm not sure why these two in this song, but it
Didn't
was
she
good.
sing
I
the
think.
song?
Did she?
She sang the song earlier in the auditions,
Oh,
or in.
maybe you're right.
I was say she
I think
sang the song. That's why
they could have found a better duet for her than than this though.
I thought this was fine. I thought this was
It
good. I
was
thought it was nice that she sang his song and then she got to sing a song with him. And and one thing about Jason Mraz, he still got it. His voice is still good. His voice is still solid. It's still good. He's not somebody who I'm like, ooh, wrap it up, B. So
Yep.
I
Yep.
didn't mind this. I thought this was really good.
Fair. The last group performance we had, you might have skipped this one too. It's Lionel Richie, Carrie Underwood,
Oh, I
and Luke
heard it.
Bryan.
Look, I listened to this on TikTok before I watched the show,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, because I was like, oh, what's this? And I listened. I was like, oh, this is a trio, but not really a trio. This is a duet. And Lionel Richie standing there going, "Hey."
Yep.
I said, Lionel, this is your song.
Yeah.
What you mean you gonna stand there and go like, "Hey," and then give us two notes at the end?
Yep.
Hello, get out of here.
And it's not the duet I would have wanted to hear on this song.
No,
I would have rather Blake sit it out. I mean,
get
Luke.
out,
Luke.
Luke. Like Luke,
Yeah.
sit down. Let Lionel and Carrie do it. But
Yep.
Lionel ain't even sing in his own. I don't know. Maybe your voice ain't there no more. Maybe you know you need to wrap it up.
Maybe.
And you, and if you smart, you know I ain't got it no more. I
We
gotta
love someone
wrap
who
it up.
knows their limits.
I can respect that.
Yep. This was an okay for me.
Yeah.
But we did get our top two performances. Their last chance to win some votes here. Hannah Harper. We both put her at number two, singing her original song "String Cheese." I like this better with the full orchestra because we got it during her audition and it was just a cappella. It was fine. It's a sweet song and it fits her voice well. It's it doesn't touch me the way it touches these parents. I'm not a parent,
Me either.
so
So
good for her.
good
It was
for
it was good.
her.
It was good.
And here's the thing: I'm not a parent. But I have an aunt. I have nieces,
Yes.
nephews, and I watch them, and and I do understand that feeling of being wanted, and they're asking, "Could you open this for me?" It's so sweet, and just that need of, yes, they need me, they want me. I'm watching them. They're in my care. Love that, and I think it is a sweet song. But I'm still confused at 20 million views and why that went so viral. Because I'm like, it's a sweet song, but maybe it just touched more people's hearts than mine, which is fine. Which is fine.
Mhm. But we have Jordan McCullough doing "Goodness of God" from Bethel Music.
Oh,
This is
did
in
we
the.
did we announce the two when it went from three to two?
Oh, we didn't announce that. Who is
Yeah,
who's out?
Keela's out.
sorry, sorry, Keela.
Keela's out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I figured. I
I
figured.
figured that by the way the votes were looking on the socials. I was like,
Yeah.
see, this is what I'd rather just not know, because me knowing only pisses me off when it happens. And like back in the day when it was just phone votes and we didn't have no data sheets telling us who's in the lead or whatever. I like that. Don't tell me that.
See, for me, I think it helped me come to terms with it sooner. I'm still not happy about it, but I
Uh-huh.
was able to kind of grieve,
Yes.
grieve that none of my faves were going to win many
Well,
weeks ago. Because it's been a couple months ago since I broke the news to you. It was like,
yeah.
Lana, Hannah's winning this thing.
And I just every week I'm like, how, how? But yeah, the last two. Jordan does "Goodness of God," which
Yes, I mean, so good. Yeah, like it's another song. It sounds like he sung it 100 times at least. It definitely feels like something like this is the kind of album he needs to make. Like
mhm,
I want to hear him do this kind of music. I don't want them to try to package him up and make him like more mainstream appeal. Like he is a gospel singer. He
as a
does it
worship
well.
leader, he does it so
Yeah,
well.
yeah. He's at his prime when he's worshiping God. So
Yep.
I love this.
I I don't have to say nothing. We don't have to feel about Jordan. You know how I feel about Jordan. I don't.
Mhm. But we do get our results, and yeah, it was not a surprise,
It was
sadly.
annoying. It was annoying, to be honest. not, and this is no shade, well, a little shade to Hannah, no shade, no shade to Hannah, because she is a talented person. She is going to have a she would have had a lovely, great career with or without Idol, winning American Idol. And I think the same goes for Jordan, and the same will go for Keela. I think they will have an amazing career with or without the win. And since Keela and Jordan did, I think Jordan, so many people, it's crazy because on my timeline, and I think on my
Mhm.
timeline, because of who my algorithm is set up under, the Jordan has so many fans and so many
Yep.
people, and all I know is he just has to strike while the iron is hot. Don't let it rest too long. Don't let it sit. You need to go out there. You need to get some music out there so people will continue to remember how great you are. Hannah's going to have the machine behind her. You have to build your own machine. We already know Jordan's going to be at the Grand Ole Opry in next month, apparently,
Yep.
as well as old boy with
Lucas.
Brad, Lucas
Yep.
with Brad
Brad
Paisley.
Paisley.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so he gets to go see Grand Ole Opry. I'm like, opportunities are coming for these people, which is like great, amazing. Strike while the iron is hot. Go out there, make your music, get it out there. Find somebody who is gonna believe in you, and right now, because you don't want the second wave of the next season of American Idol to come out, and there's new people out there, and you haven't taken the opportunities that you need to take for yourself. So Jordan, Keela, right now, y'all made it to the finale. You didn't win it. Now you just got. Now this is where your career begins. And Hannah, this is where her career begins. This is where you start the work. American Idol is great, but this ain't the end point. This is the starting point for you now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
especially because American Idol doesn't produce household names like it used to.
no,
Um, like I bet most of the winners, since especially since it moved to ABC, I bet you wouldn't even know them. Like
yeah,
if I
no,
showed you their names.
no.
Um, but I think Hannah, maybe she's the one that can break through, especially because country fans are so loyal. I
Mm-hmm.
could see her like actually taking off in the country market.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never hear her on the radio. I don't
I wouldn't,
turn on
but
those stations, but good for her.
good for her.
Also, so I didn't get to watch this live. I did vote,
I did vote too.
but I was at a movie, and I was like, I'm going to avoid social media, everything. I don't want to get spoiled on who won. It's probably Hannah, but I don't want to know. And my mom calls me like that Monday night, and I'm like, oh, she might want to talk about American Idol. I'll just warn her that I don't want to know. So I say, hello. I can't believe Hannah won. I'm like, oh,
It be your own people. It be your own folks.
I'm like, it wasn't even like a moment for her to be like, hello. And then me say, hey, just so you know, I haven't watched American Idol yet. So if you want to talk about that, let's hold off. No, she didn't even say hello. It was, I can't believe Hannah won. But good for mom for being on the right side of history.
Mom knew what was up. Mom
She
knew.
was rooting hard for Jordan each week. She would text me each week, oh my gosh, Jordan was amazing. So my mom has taste.
Mom has taste. She knows. When you told me that story, I died because I'm like, I knew I wasn't going to be able to watch it live. And so I was like, either I'm going to stay off of social media all night and then watch it the next day, or I'm just gonna get spoiled on who won. So I was like, I'm just gonna find out who won. I'm not gonna watch no performances. I just want to know who won, so I won't have to worry about staying off of social media all night and somebody spoiling it for me. So I just went, and I was on TikTok anyway. And so as I was scrolling through, it just popped up, and I was like, okay. I knew it. I said, unfortunately, there it goes. And I was like, we like you said, you've been telling me like she's gonna win. The social says she's gonna win. The percentage is so far in advance she's gonna win. And I was like, as much as I hate it, like you said, it gave me a chance to process the grief because I was able to
Mhm.
be like, Jordan is not gonna win, even though Jordan should win. He's not gonna win, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We, I, the crazy part is, I think Jordan is going to be like like the Jennifer Hudson of her season. Jordan is going to be like the people, the ones that we like. They didn't win, but look at their career afterwards. So
Yeah,
I just hope that was what happens.
me too. Fingers crossed. But this is the last we're talking about American Idol. And it's interesting because American Idol is the show that we've talked about every single week since we started doing Reality Roundup. It's
Mhm.
always been the first show. So
Yep.
next week will be the first time that we don't talk about American Idol, and I'm going to miss it. I really enjoy talking about American Idol with you.
I enjoyed it this season. I will say I've enjoyed American Idol this season, and I was very happy that this show has given me a reason to watch American Idol again because I had stopped watching it for a very long time. Um, and so
All got you back.
got me back to watching it, and then to not just watching it or watching certain performances. Like last season, I just watched Jamal's performances. I'll just
Right.
be honest, because I just fell in
And
love with
Gabby.
him, and I was very happy. And yeah. But this time, I watched from beginning to end, and I enjoyed the season. I got invested, I got involved, and I even voted. So it's like, period. I love that. So I am glad that we got a chance to talk American Idol from beginning to end, and we got a talented winner in Hannah. I'm gonna give her
Mhm.
her flowers. She's a very
Yeah.
talented human being, and she deserves what she deserves her chance to be out there and being. I hope she doesn't have a great year reign of her American Idol. She comes back next year and we hear some the glow up in her voice like we heard from Jamal this time. I want to hear the glow up in her performance and see her actually perform. Don't just give
Yes,
me boring and pretty.
for
But
sure. For sure.
can't wait.
Yeah.
And I can't wait because next year Jordan go come back too because you know they're gonna have Jordan
Oh,
back
yeah.
again. I am going to do
And
it.
20 years from now, he's going to be coming back to duet with somebody. And they're going to be
Oh
like, oh my
Lord.
gosh, yes, I know who you are, Jordan. Yes, I remember from when I was 7.
Right. Oh my gosh, it's crazy to
Uh,
think about.
yeah. But
But
hopefully we can talk American Idol again soon in
we
some
will be
form.
talking American Idol soon. We are going to break it here first, people. David, myself, with Eduardo. You have, if you watch this channel or any of our channels, we are going to be talking American Idol. We're going to be doing our own version of a refill of American Idol. We're starting with season one, where we're going to be giving our top 20 or 25.
20.
Our top 20 favorite performances of season one. And we got a fun show planned for you guys. So that will be coming out at some point soon. So stay on the lookout for that.
I'm
Be on
excited.
the lookout. I'm excited. But we're going to move on because that's it for American Idol. American Idol out and coming chopped castaways. I know
Yes.
y'all like Chopped. Castaways. It's Chopped on a Food Network channel. Yes, it is. And it is part of our variety singing and variety. This will be considered variety because it's a cooking show, but it's a cooking show with the survivor twist supposed to be to it, where they are out somewhere in the Caribbean and they have to cook in these on this island with what they made. Like they're on the island, they're cooking, they have to build a kitchen, they have to build their fire, they have to do all of this stuff. I was personally looking forward to this show because I love Chop. Chop is one of my favorite shows to watch on Food Network. Love that show. And so then you had the element of Chop with the element of Survivor, which I was hoping would be a little bit more of the Survivor side to it, where it's a lot more uh strategy, or kind of we'll see more of them living in the environment, and it's just strictly Chop. This was strictly though just Chop. The format is they broke these people down into two teams, the green team and the blue team, and the teams will they had to make their own kitchen first things first, build a kitchen, build, and then they have the chop baskets, which love that they kept that element of the chop series, the chop basket, or you have different ingredients of different kinds of things. And So they break them down. You had to I lost something. They had to break it down and build their things, get the basket, cook the things from the baskets, and then the limited pantry that they had. I was struggling with how I was going to talk about this because I'm like, there was no element of Survivor in it. Like I wanted, like we didn't have any strategy talk. It was just what are we gonna cook? The teams would go pair up and what are we gonna make, which is fine because that's what it's about. It's a cooking show. But it wasn't I wish it was a little bit more because like other shows, it was a show on Netflix that was like Big Brother and a cooking show where they had people living together and then they had to cook and it was a good show. I enjoyed the show. But we did see the alliances were being built, people were making things, and that strategy part of it, as well as the cooking part of it. We didn't get a lot of strategy with this format, which
Mm,
I wanted more.
yeah. That's fair. So I'm watching this as well. So what I tell people, I've actually never watched a cooking show before. This is the first time for me. Um, and I wrote down, this is the most bizarre thing I've ever watched. Like this is crazy to me that people watch shows like this. But here's what I always tell people when I say why I don't watch cooking shows. I'm like, to me, the comparison is if you were watching a singing show, if you watched American Idol, but the catch is you can't hear them sing. They're on mute when they sing.
Hmm.
And then you hear people describe it afterwards. They're like, okay, this is what they sounded like. That's what a cooking show is to me because I'm seeing the food. I'm hearing what people have to say about the food. Am I tasting the food? No. I'm actually thankful in this case that I'm not because I would not want to eat. You telling me I'm eating scorpion? What?
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, this show's so bizarre to me. I think one way that we could talk about it are like standout people,
Hmm.
because I'm getting some personalities for
Yes.
sure. Like one of the standouts for me is Aiden. So far he's the youngest person there, but you can tell like he's a leader, and
Yes.
I I bet that would be intimidating to be with all of these people who are very established. A lot of them are quite a bit
Older
older
than
than
him. Hmm.
but he still like has such a commanding presence and he's helping just kind of manage these people and I assume excels at that in his everyday life. Even the preview for next week, I am almost positive that they're talking about Aiden when they said, "Oh, this is beyond your years."
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah, he's such an impressive person, even if I have no idea what the food tastes like that he's making.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think Aiden, it was that he was more very vocal and like he knows how to. I think like he said in his own kitchen at where he works, he is the one in charge, and I think he's an executive chef. So he's the one used to just like, hey, let's do this, get this done, do that, fire this, get that, da da da, and sometimes you have to do that. And somebody, I think he's like 22, 23, something very young. He's young, and so when you get that position that early on and you dealing with people like line cooks who've been in this business for years, from them 30,
Mhm.
40, 50 years old, you have to know how to talk to them if you want them to respect you. And he has that authority about him that I was like, oh, okay, I can see it because I'm 47 years old. If a 22, 23, 25-year old was like, hey, do this, that, you got to talk to me a whole nother way in order to, I have to see that you're good at what you do if you think you're going to tell me what to do. So obviously he has shown this, the cooking industry and the cooking world, that he knows what he's talking about and he knows what he's doing, that he got to this position to even be on the show. Because like he's an executive chef at 20 something is crazy. It's wild. So I enjoyed watching him work and see how he did. It was another one that stood out to me for that very reason, but in a different form. And it was Paulette. She was quiet, but she was a force. You could see that she was a force. Like she was like people like talking all around and da, da, da. She was like, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, we're gonna do this. And she just did it. And I was like, okay, okay. And it was just she was all about, she was very much in the zone and knew exactly what she wanted to do, and she just executed it. And
And which one is Paulette?
she, which what you mean? Look at the screen. She right there.
I don't see a Paulette.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Which one is okay? Tell me the
Right
row
down at the
and
bottom, right next to
oh,
Steven.
their names are cut off for me. I thought those
Oh,
were Kara and Sunny.
oh no, it's Paulette, Steven, and Sunny.
Okay, I cannot see Paulette's name on
Oh,
my.
okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, no, Paulette, Steven, and
Yeah,
Sunny.
she was the one that was talking about being a silent killer, right?
Yes,
And she's from the Dominican Republic.
Dominican
Why did
Republic.
I why did I write down her name was Kara? I don't know.
I don't know because Carrie is also up there, but no.
Maybe and Kate,
And
but
Kate.
yeah, she was definitely a standout to me too. Um, she has her focus on Caribbean food. I put winners edit for Cara, but I meant winners edit for Paulette.
Okay.
So I feel like she's like I don't know cooking shows, but if they do winners edit, I feel like she's getting it. So she was a standout for me.
Hmm.
Um, but another standout for me is our lovable duct tape loving Dwight here. He's a
Like,
character.
he is a
Yeah,
character.
he's a character. I think we kind of have to talk about James too when we talk about Dwight. Because Dwight, he seems like somebody very prepared. Like he seems like he's treating this like this is a team activity. I'm going to be the muscle. I'm going to contribute where I need to.
Yeah.
But he got thrown for a loop when he found out, like, oh, you're going to actually have your stamp on a dish that is being served to us. You can't just help out with everybody. Like you got to actually own something. So poor James here, who's has his own plan for his meal, he has to kind of incorporate Dwight's new minced meat into his dish. And I felt bad for both of these guys because I don't think either of them were expecting this kind of problem to pop up. And I like both of them a lot, but I was nervous. I was
I
very nervous
was
if their team lost.
I was so very confused at why Dwight did not know he would still have to put his stamp on it. Because I'm like, have you not seen Chopped? Because what do you mean? You ain't come on the show and you ain't seen Chopped? You have to make a dish. Everybody has to make a
This
dish.
is Sharp Castaways, though.
Like, but still it's chopped. You have to cook. It's a cooking show. What you mean you go tend to fire and not cook? It's a cooking show. It's not a fire making
Got a lot of
challenge.
things to duct tape.
Please. I was looking at Dwight like, you finna go home first over to because you don't want to cook on a cooking show. Oh my god, I was so nervous. I was nervous, and I felt bad for James because of that. Because I'm like, if Dwight's food is bad and they put it on that plate and it messes up James and uh Kate's food, that would be crazy. Because if it throws off the synergy of that plate, because he decided I'm gonna throw mine on there because he ain't know he had to cook, which is what? Crazy to me. But then it turned out to be the other way around because James Scalapini just not good. And Dwight's minced goat leg, because here's the ingredients, by the way, because we're talking. It's goat leg, Hawaiian musubi, I'm sorry, scorpions, and papaya. That is the basket. And I'm like, that's so chopped. That is so very chopped of y'all to
That's
do
it.
that. Like, oh, that's very typical chop to give you just four crazy ingredients that you like, they don't even go together. Who even eats that? But that's the nature of
I
the
didn't know
beast.
people ate scorpion.
They do apparently in some parts of the world they eat scorpions. It's good protein, they
Yeah.
say.
See, when I thought they were going to have to mostly find food items within the jungle and
Well,
make things from those.
mm-mm. Give them a basket. That's the chop part of it. Is the basket. But yeah, I was like, but like I said, it flipped because James Scalapini was bad. So then Dwight's food, his actual Miss Go actually came out better, and but it still threw off the balance of the meal, which all the judges was like, don't do duo proteins because that just makes us have to compare one to the other. It forces us to compare, and so it was bad. But then you had the other team because the standouts on the blue team for me, and maybe not in the best way, but in some ways. First of all, in a good way, Steven. I enjoyed him. Steven got the task of they threw him a survivor like twist in the middle of the cooking after they set the kitchens up and everything, and was like, hey, look in your box, there's a clue, and it'll take you to a box of either ingredients or tools that you could use for the thing. And it's only one of them. And so they had to go find it. And so they get the clue, they find the clue, and Steven takes off running. Now Steven's a big dude. Steven's a big guy, and he just running. He going down the beach, he running down the beach. Aura is on the other team. They find the clue. He reads the clue and he takes off running in the opposite direction. And Hannah is like, no, no, it's this way, it's this way. They don't listen. He's this way. So he turns around and he's running down this beach and he's running. And now Aura is much fitter and he's faster and he's running. It's like the tortoise and the hare. And the hare just realized that the tortoise passed him and he already almost at the finish line. And R's like, oh, he running. He like he got to catch up, and he closing the gap, and Steven is like, oh shoot, I feel him coming up behind me, and so he starts to pick up the pace a little bit and gets to the treasure box first. I was so very happy for Steven because everybody just knew, even his own teammates was like, oh he caught, oh he gonna get caught, Ara go catch him, it's over, we lost it, and Steven was like, it's not over till it's over. And he got that treasure box. I was like, you go, Steven. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you, man. I love that for him.
Mhm.
That's a funny
And it gave
moment.
them like additional items to use.
Yes.
Is that do they do this on Chopped?
Not no, not on Chop. They don't give them additional items because the pantry is always fully stocked on Chop, so they don't need to do that. But yeah, they give them. They got a meat grinder, which was perfect because goat is a very gamey meat, and if not cooked for a long time, it could be tough. And so grinding it in that meat grinder makes it easier to cook, so it could be better to it could cook faster, and so it won't be so tough. But meat grinder, they gave him some Greek yogurt, which helps make you can make sauces with that and something to lighten up the plate. A lot of things you could do with some Greek yogurts and some other stuff that they put in there that could help enhance this basket.
Mhm. I will say another standout for me is Sunny. Early
Mhm.
on, I was like, she's actually really likable,
I
and she
liked
talked
her.
about, yeah, she seemed like a sweetie. She talked about how she's used to cooking with open fires, so that was kind of the role she put herself in. Is like getting the fires going, having that all set up, and we find out that her and Logan know each other from before the show, which was kind of
Mhm.
an interesting dynamic as well. But yeah, it seemed like Sunny was having. I feel like Sunny was the other side of the coin for Dwight, like on
Mhm.
the other team, um, in that she was focusing a lot on helping everybody, but
Mhm.
she still knew to have her own food that she was owning.
Mhm. So we get down after everybody make their cooks. The judges are deliberating and going over the critiquing their food. Some critiques were not so great for everybody. Some people, a lot of it was the goat. A lot of people just didn't cook it properly, didn't cook it long enough, didn't have enough. They had 2.5 hours to set up their kitchen and cook the food. So that's all they had, 2.5 hours. And the goat didn't have a long time to cook and render and do all that stuff. So a lot of the goat wasn't the best. Some people had some really good goat, some people didn't. Um, but in the end, the team, like we said, James was worried because of his scallopini, and other people on Logan was worried on the blue team because that food didn't come out great, and Sunny, they plate didn't come out really well. There's a couple of other people. I think John Paul was a little nervous because he wanted to make a sweeter dish when it
True.
came to
I ended up
his.
liking it though.
They ended up liking the rice that they did, the sweetness of the rice balls or whatever that they did. But Carrie was a little nervous about that because she was like, "Is this a dessert?" Or because when Monique came through, one of the judges came through to the walk around, they had no idea how to explain the
Oh,
dish. Uh, I was like, "You don't even know what to call it. Is it a dessert dish? Is it a sweet, savory? Like they don't even know what to call it." So she was nervous for them. I was nervous for them. I was like, "I don't even know what to call it." Turned out they liked it a little bit more. But the team who was going to be immune and safe was the green team. So James was like, "Who? Thank God I get a good get out of jail free pass," because he knew if they would have lost, he definitely would have been in the gauntlet. He definitely
yeah.
would have been in the gauntlet at the end. But James was very relieved. Dwight was very relieved. The green team was safe. They're good. But two people who were in trouble and would go into the gauntlet, which I was like, okay, I guess from the critiques that was given, it was Sonny and Logan. And I was like, dang, they know each other. These the first two people that got to go against each other.
They know each other.
They know each other.
Big Brother 21.
Right. They know each other. But then they had to go to the gauntlet round. And so the ingredients for the gauntlet round was a spider crab, avocados, artichoke hearts, and sancocho. Now, I've never heard of sancocho before, but okay. It's some kind of stew, some kind of soup. And they had 30 minutes. They had 30 minutes, which is very Chop, because Chop will give you 30 minutes to cook. So you got 30 minutes to do this, and they had to do it. One thing I do like that they are doing for the gauntlet round is they have the stuff set up like they would do in a normal Chop kitchen where the boiling water's already boiling, the fire's already going. They don't have to set up nothing. They don't have to, it's because it's only 30 minutes. You ain't gonna have time to do
I'm
all that
preheating
stuff.
right now. Yeah.
Preheating. We don't have time to be doing all that. So the water's already boiling, the fire's already fired, and it's they just get their stuff and go. Um, Sunny decides she's going to do a spider crab lettuce wrap, where she's going to take the spider crab, some artichoke hearts, make a little sauce with the sancocho, and then she was going to try to do avocado puree type sauce or something. She ain't had time, so she just put them artichokes or that avocado right over in there. Just put that on there. Just put it in there. That's all she's gonna do. And this lettuce wrap, and then Logan was going to do a spider crab, I guess like a stewy kind of, I don't know what he called it. I can't remember what he called it, but he was stressing. The anxiety on Logan was giving me anxiety watching him. I was
Yeah.
like, ooh.
I like when they ask him what it is, he's like, give me a minute. He had to process what he was even going to call it.
He moving and he's okay. Let me calm down because he was stressing. I was like, "You stressing me out." He breaking the crab meat up and then breaking it, and all the shells are going everywhere, and he obliterating. And they're like, "Oh Lord, we got glass shells and everything." He couldn't find one with a good piece of meat. He's just like, "Oh my God," he's stressed. He was stressing me out. I was like, "Oh, he gonna lose." I said, "This dude gonna lose," but he didn't lose. Sonny lost.
Oh.
They didn't really care because she really didn't do any much with the avocado. And she made rice. She made coconut rice, and I'm like, girl, you had 30 minutes. You ain't gonna have time to make no coconut rice in 30 minutes on an open flame. That's hard to do on a stove
Yeah. They're
to
just
make it
sticking it in the fire.
right.
They're like,
It's
you
just
can't let it sit of it.
it
Because I
wasn't
guess it
that.
gets cool.
And she tasted it and knew it was crunchy. I was like,
Texture.
No, right. That's literally like, but then she put a whole glop of it on the thing. I was like, girl, you know it's crunchy. Just put a little bit on there. It's a little bit. It's a little texture. That's. But no, she put a
Mhm.
bunch in there. And they did not like that crunchy rice. So Sunny went home. Honest to goodness, for me as a show, just that I would go watch anyway. I still enjoyed it because I always watch Chopped anyway. So it's always going to be a show. It's not giving me the Survivor aspect of it, but I'm gonna continue to talk about it. I'm gonna continue to watch it. But
Yeah. Here's my question as somebody who's new to these kind of shows. Like, how do you pick favorites? Like, do you go just off of personality? Do you just take the chef's word for who's good at
no,
cooking or
I go
not?
off
Like,
of
I don't know how to pick
personality.
favorites. Okay.
I go for personality. It's what chef I feel is I'm drawn to, and if their food looks good, because like you said, we can't taste it obviously. So it's like, would I want to try that? Even if I know some stuff doesn't like, I would never want to eat scorpion. If I know scorpion is a dish, I'm not gonna eat it. But if you just put this plate in front of me, not knowing the ingredients, would I want to try it? Does it
Mhm.
look appealing to my eye? Since I can't taste it, all I can go back is my eye. So I pick my chefs like that. If you put that dish in front of me, would I go, I would try that, not knowing what the ingredients are? Or even knowing
Sure.
what the ingredients are. If I know it's scorpions in there, but it looks appealing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I
Yep.
would try that.
Okay. So, who would be your top two favorites at this moment?
Right now, going by the plates that they presented during the first round, I would say Paulette and was it Paulette and who was that? Hannah? I think it was Hannah. Paulette and Hannah's had the dish that I would want to try. I thought
Okay.
it looked more appealing than anybody else's. So for right now, it'll be them for just
Okay.
the food looking, and then if you did personality and what I was drawn to, it would be Aiden. Will be in
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So then we're kind of on the same page because my two favorites at this point are Paulette and Aiden. Uh, those are the ones I'm drawn to, even taking the food aspect out. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, this should be
Well,
an interesting journey for me.
it's going to be very interesting. I honestly cannot wait to see what you do, what you like, if you like it, or I can't wait to see how you will go about this the rest of this season. It's going to be very, very interesting. But enough about that because we got to get to some news. It's time to talk about The Voice because we already knew that Kelly Clarkson and Adam Levine were going to be the two judges for season 30. We were just trying to see if they're going to have 3 or 4 judges for season 30. And we found out this week we're going to have 2. So it's going to be a total of 4 judges. Riley Green is going to become a judge. I have no idea who that is. He's a country artist. I don't know him, but he's a country artist. So I guess somebody needs to take Blake's space and Reba's space. So there we go. We got Riley Green. So good on him for being there. But who I am most excited about, who I am the most happy is joining the panel, is Queen Latifah. I screamed when I saw that. I was like, oh, word. Do I need to go audition for The Voice? Because I want to be with the Queen. I absolutely love Queen Latifah. I think she is so freaking amazing. And between, if I was on The Voice and Queen Latifah and Kelly Clarkson turned around, those would be the 2 people I would be looking at. That's it. No disrespect to Riley and love Adam, but Queen Latifah first, Kelly Clarkson if the Queen Latifah don't turn around. Like, I love her. I think she will be an amazing, amazing addition to The Voice. I can't wait to see what she does. I mean, she sings, she raps, she acts, she directs, she knows everything. She can do it all, and she no talent. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for the
Mhm.
Queen. I'm ready for the Queen.
Yeah, I'm excited for this too. It was very unexpected for me, but it's just because like my first introduction to Queen Latifah was her music in the 90s, but I feel like she's so far removed from her music career, and people know her for her acting. And she's in The Equalizer, which is very popular. I don't know. Is
I
that
loved it.
show?
It's
Is that
over
show?
now. It's
Okay,
over
that's
now.
why she has time to do this. Okay, that
Yes.
makes sense. But I think she could be a really refreshing addition to what we're used to getting from the show. So
Hmm.
I'm super excited, and she's such a likable personality as it is, and I can't wait to see how she is as a coach. So this is pretty cool news.
And see, I'm excited because a lot of people know her for her rapping. And like you say, if you know her for the 90s, you know she's a rapper, which is great. But she's also put out jazz albums. So she's a jazz singer too.
Chicago,
And it's like, I love that. And so I, I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Chicago, and Hairspray. She's done a couple
Yes.
musicals.
Hello. She can sing. And The Wiz live.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It was The Wiz in The Wiz live.
Mhm.
Love that. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, in other singing show news, The Masked Singer has officially been renewed for its 15th season. So we were wondering if it was going to go back to 2 seasons a year, one in the spring, one in the fall. But we have gotten confirmation that they're going to stick with the one a year format for now. So it will not be returning until early 2027, which I'm okay with. I thought the break, taking a break in the fall last year,
Hmm.
helped make me a little bit more excited for the show when it came back. So I'm glad they're continuing to do that.
Hmm.
Oh, there also some news here. So they do film in LA, but it's expected to move to New Jersey for the filming location for season 15. I guess New Jersey is offering certain tax incentives for them to move there, so that'll be interesting. I don't know if it's going to have an impact on how the show works. Probably not, but I thought that was really interesting news.
That's very interesting. I
Mhm.
mean, I wonder if we'll get more East Coast people to feel more
Maybe.
comfortable being on the show now. And
We're going to get Teresa Giudice.
oh, please, please, oh, please. But are we going to lose our West Coast people? Like, I'm not moving to New York for this long, or however the show is. I'm not doing
Right.
that. Or who knows? We shall see. Um, We have some Dancing with the Stars news. A third contestant has been announced for the show, and it is for season 35. It is Savannah Bananas player Jackson Olsen, who is going to be the third contestant that was announced. And the show will be airing on Tuesdays in the fall. And so good to see. I mean, I've
On
watched,
ABC.
huh? On ABC, yeah.
It's coming back to ABC. Wasn't it just
It,
on Disney Plus for a little bit?
no, it was on ABC and Disney Plus.
Okay.
So, but it's going to be back on ABC. Um, but yeah, Jackson Olsen, I've seen him, I've seen the Savannah Bananas do their thing. It's gonna be interesting. I'm glad that we get somebody from, first of all, from the baseball world, because usually they don't do it because the baseball season is happening during filming, so
Mhm.
we don't usually get baseball players to do Dance with the Stars. But with the Bananas, they're not MLB, so they got flexibility to do what they want. So it's nice. I kind of figured a Savannah Bananas player was going to come to join the cast when we
Really?
saw earlier in April, I want to say, Derek Huff was at the Savannah Bananas game and he did a whole routine with the Savannah Bananas players. And it was a couple of other people who've come out and done some things with Savannah Bananas from Dance with the Stars. So I'm like, I get to see. I think we're going to get somebody from the Bananas team to be a part of the show if they can make
Mm.
the schedules work. So, bam, confirmation.
Okay. I was actually just at a MLB game like a week and a half ago, and they kept showing Dancing with the Stars promos on the big screen. So, mm,
Maybe we getting folks, because I think I want to say Dance with the Stars starts after or right after MLB baseball season ends. So it might
okay.
be because I think the World Series is going on around that time. So I guess players who don't make it into the World Series could actually do it if they wanted to. But I don't know. We'll see. But enough about that news because it's time to talk some social strategy. It's time for the show that gave me the biggest heartbreak this week. That is Survivor 50. I'm still sad. If you saw my recap, if you haven't, I will put it in the thing right there. Bam. Um, yeah, my intro, me and Ree's intro says it all. Very sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah, me too. I actually had bit of a long rant on on Twitter, and man, it got over 1,000 likes. So I'm glad that other people are as frustrated as me. Um, just the whole situation. It's funny because so we did this unreleased cast preview for Survivor 50 right after they went to go film. And I remember us talking about like what's the worst case scenario for this season. And I'm like, well, Joe and Jonathan in the final three. And I said Jenna Lewis as well, but like it really is starting to feel like we're going to get a worst case final three. And that's the problem when you cast for a momentous season like this, when you cast people, you cast stars and you cast people that aren't stars, that aren't as big of names, because inevitably those people are going to get dragged along. And I will say, like Jonathan is playing the game. I'll give him credit for that, but it's just not right to put such an uneven cast. They should all be threats, and they're not all threats. Um, our two biggest threats by far are Sari and Rick Devens. I think they're honestly, in hindsight, they've carried the season. Um, Personality for sure and strategy, both of them. They were by far the best casting choices. It's just too bad not everybody was on the same caliber as them. Um, because I could have been okay. I could have been more okay with losing these people if it was at the hands of people that were equals to them. But now they
Mhm.
got their lessers coming out and unceremoniously just swiping them out. They both saw it coming. It just it's making for a very boring end game. And that's why every week I've said it's good so far. It's good so far, but I think the rug's going to be pulled out from underneath us. And it got
And
pulled
it was.
out
It was
underneath
pulled
us
out in the
hard.
worst way possible. Oh, it got pulled out in the worst way possible.
Yeah. Yeah. And it certainly hasn't helped that you have these people on the jury who are doing exit press, and I don't know who is talking to them or coaching them. They've done this before. They should all know what they can and can't say. But it started with coach saying, you know what, I was going to be loyal to Sari, blah 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 blah. And then you had Christian, I was going to go to the final three with Sari, like she was in my final three. Then you have Stephanie. Well, Ozzy and Sari, I went up and told them, I'm like, if you vote me out in some way, shape, or form, you're going to be next. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then you have Ozzy. I just really wish I was there to protect Sari still. Okay, we get it. We get it. We know what's going to happen. Like, shut your mouth. Let us see it organically. It's just so frustrating that they're just able to do their little wink nudge. Look how coy I'm being about something I know is going to happen. It's so frustrating.
Very
Um,
frustrating.
yeah, there's just so much I could say. Production, casting, there's just so much that has made this season end with a whimper. This is not an exciting final five. I know I'm jumping ahead. Um,
Oh, you're fine.
Tiffany, I'm rooting for Tiffany. I'm rooting for Tiffany. I understand Rizzo. I don't like it. I don't
I
like
don't
it,
like
but
it
I
either.
understand. Um, because I mean, obviously, if you go to the end with Suri,
You're
you're going to
losing.
lose. But I don't know if he's going to win anyways. So, mm,
He needed to take out one more person before he took out Sari. I feel
yep,
like if he wanted to go into this
yeah.
end and win, actually he needs to take out two more people before he took out Sari. I'm
It's
be
just
honest.
not
He
going to
should have
win
took out
the challenge.
Aubrey. He should have took out Aubrey. He should have took out Tiffany if Tiffany doesn't win her way through. And then he would have needed to take out Sari if he wanted to win. That's how he should have done it. But taking out Sari first before Aubrey, like that was a mistake. You had a chance. And you know all the information, Rizzo, just like Sari knows all the information. You knew the information. So take that information for what it is. Sari ain't winning no challenges. You ain't winning no challenges. Let Joe win the challenge. Fine. Joe wins the challenge. There ain't nobody voting for Joe. Nobody vote for Joe. It
Right.
doesn't matter. Like, you need to worry about getting out Tiffany, who's gonna win challenges. You need to worry about Aubrey, who's gonna beat you, and then you take out Sari at the last minute, where Sari can respect you and be like, "I see what you did there," but you
Hmm.
did it too soon. It just, I don't think Sari is going to be bitter about it, but I just think it would have been better if he would have waited and
Right.
been like at the last minute, like, Sari, I couldn't sit next to you in the end. You beat
Hmm.
me hands down. Then she would have been like, respect.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And one other thing, like I save this for last for my frustrations because if you don't want to know who's probably winning this season, you might want to skip ahead a little bit. Um, but I'm going to give you a very educated guess on who's going to win the season, and this is just from what I'm seeing on the show. Um, but the way they are force feeding us Aubrey the
Yep.
past few weeks has
Yep.
been insane because she didn't get a lot in the first, I would say, first 8 episodes of the show. Like her story was mostly connected to Genevieve at the
Genevieve.
beginning, but for the past like 4 episodes, they've almost it's almost become where anytime there's a strategy moment between people, you see them talking with each other. If it's Aubrey, you see her talking to us about it. She's
Yep.
telling the audience, here's my plan. Here's how I'm going to win. Here's how I'm going to take out other people who are Michelle's, and I'm going to be the Michelle myself. She keeps force feeding us that. She
Yep.
keeps getting credit for moves that she's very loosely a part of, and it has made it more of
Obvious.
I've watched every season of Survivor. I have never been this confident going into a finale that I know
Oh
who's going
yeah.
to win. And
Me
and
too.
I pick up on winners edits. Like there's been plenty of times. I'm like, yeah, it's probably this person. It could be this person, maybe that one, but this one this time I
Obvious.
I cannot. There will not be another winner besides Aubrey. I cannot see it. They're not giving us that story.
Mm-mm.
I don't know why. You have people there that are doing things. Give us their story the same way you're giving Aubrey's story. What
Right.
happened to these editors? Why are they fumbling Survivor 50 so bad?
Right. If it's
I
anybody other
really
than
don't get it.
Aubrey, I would just be confused.
Yeah, it
I
wouldn't
would
make
be
sense.
confused.
Especially because the next closest person we had was Suri, and she's
Yep.
gone.
Yep.
So now that she's gone, it's removed any doubt. Like I already was like 70% Aubrey, but now like I'm honestly I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't say 100, but I feel 100% sure she's winning.
Ninety-nine
Um,
point nine 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 percent sure it's
yep.
Aubrey.
And I do like Aubrey. I think she gets a bad rap. Like she was my favorite at her first season.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she would have been a great winner that season. Um, I don't know. It's hard when I'm being forced to buy into a story that doesn't really make sense with the way we're seeing strategy go, but she's still somehow responsible for everything that everybody's doing. I don't know. It doesn't add up.
It doesn't. It feels like we're being forced a story that didn't happen. Or you know what I mean? It's like we didn't see this story happening. but you're trying to make it like, oh no, 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 it happened. And I'm like, but when did it happen? Oh, don't worry about when, just know what happened. And I'm like,
Mhm.
don't try to tell me, like, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. I know that's pee. Like, don't do that. And I just feel like, oh, I don't know. I don't. And like you said, Aubrey's not a bad. I like Aubrey. I think she did, but I don't know if the game that they're selling is the game that she's playing or the game that we see she's playing because it didn't. It just hadn't been adding up to me. I would be. I'm very confused.
I agree. I'm trying to see if there's any like specific things that happened in the and I'm sorry I'm so negative. Like I Survivor's my favorite show. Like I love Survivor. Even what other people consider bad Survivor, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just really frustrating me. Um oh, so Sari starting off the episode when she finds out about Ozzy and she said he was dragging her down. I would not have tied my cart to an effing idiot.
When you get
I actually,
Serene Fields cussing in her confessionals, you know you done effed up for real. Like,
but the sad thing is, my first instinct was like, "Oh, poor Ozzy," because I know Ozzy loves Sari, and that might have been hard for him to hear her say that about him. But it's true; like he really did fumble
facts.
the bag.
He fumbled. And the fact is that he know he did. And I'm like, at least you know you did. Because what? But I
Yeah,
did love. I watched the interview, the exit interview with Serena, and they asked her what did she say to Ozzy when they got back when she got to Ponderosa. And she was like, the first thing I did was just like he was so apologetic for everything. It was like, I am so sorry. I didn't mean it. I wasn't trying to. It was I thought I was doing right. And she was like, it's okay. She was like, I just had to. She said I couldn't even be mad at him because it's Ozzy. You can't be mad at Ozzy. She was like, he was really he honestly for goodness thought he was doing the right thing for him and the game and he thought that he had it locked down and I was like it's Ozzy. You
yeah,
can't be mad at Ozzy.
yep. But speaking of their exit interviews, I thought it was funny because I was listening to one with Devins, and he was asked a question. He's like, "I feel like a lot of people have been saying too much in their exit interviews, so I'm going to say this." And I'm like, "Okay, yes." And then I listened to Cerise, and she was asked about Stephanie and everything she said in her exit press, and she's like, "You know what? I don't feel like I need to match that energy that she's been putting out." And I'm like,
She's
okay, why can't we have everybody do exit interviews like these two?
because Stephanie's a horrible person. I'm gonna be so freaking for real. I don't like her personality outside of the show. Her character on the show was iffy to me, but her character
Mhm.
outside, her person outside of the show, her spirit is not good to me. I'm not gonna sit here and say I agree with Eliza, but I'm just saying her spirit is spiriting right now. Mm mm
Yeah.
mm mm mm.
Okay. Also, Devins, when he had his exit, like it was a
Yes,
very emotional. Like that was
very
one of the more
emotional. Ugh.
emotional exits we've seen in a while. It's hard when you know that you're playing so hard, but there's your hands are tied. Like there's nothing you can do except play the shot
Mhm.
in the dark. Which man, I was hoping that would work.
I was hoping it worked too. I was like, please safe. But then I was like, is it
I've
gonna fall on Sari? Oh
rated the
no.
shot in the dark. It doesn't do anything.
It only
I'm
worked
so annoyed.
once or twice. We've only
It's
seen it
been
work
twice.
twice.
But one time they didn't even need it, I think.
Right.
They weren't even being voted out. But yeah, and then Jeff letting Sari say the tribe has spoken. I thought that was a good moment too.
My one problem with this whole thing and this vent, this is my one vent that I will give. I vented on it
Mhm.
on the recap. I'll vent it again. How dare y'all sit there and let Sari walk out of there without a standing ovation, but you give a standing ovation to Coach? You give a standing ovation to Coach, but you don't give a standing ovation to the greatest player to never win this game? What are you talking about? That is Sari motherfucking Fields. And you gonna sit there and be like, good job, Sari. Hello, get up.
Yeah.
Everybody should have been on their feet from the jury to the contestants to the cameraman to the people in the back to the doctor. Everybody should have been standing up. I was so mad at that. I was like, what you mean she ain't get no standing ovation? Hello? That was my one. I was like,
That's
y'all better
fair.
get up. Y'all better get up. Cause I sure enough stood up in my house, in my home,
Mhm.
when she left. I was standing up and like, yes, because that is Cerie Fields, y'all. She's been doing this for
My
20
mother.
years. She's mother for a reason. 20 in the game, period. And she deserves all the flowers on her last time around in this game. Like, come on. Come
Yep.
on.
I also thought it was funny. Aubrey, like a couple times in the episode, was like, "Sari is the best player to ever play the game. Forget Tony, forget Sandra. She's the best
Hmm.
ever." And I'm like, "Why you got to bring in Sandra into this?" Because people have pitted Sandra and Sari against each other. Like they always compare who's better, and it's made like I think they used to have some friction in their relationship. Um, and it was because people keep comparing them and let them be great on their own. They're both amazing. They're both the
Hmm.
best players to ever play the game.
They are.
Um, but I will say, Sari put out a video where somebody has asked her who is the Mount Rushmore of
Hmm.
Survivor, and she's like, "It's exactly who the Mount Rushmore is for you. It's Parvati, it's Tony, it's
It's
Sandra, it's
Sandra.
Boston Rob." And like that is the consensus, like them or not. Those do make senses for. She's like, and if there's a fifth, it's me. And I'm like,
Like,
correct.
period. I mean, I would have put her on there, oh, over Tony, but that's just me because I just like Cerebral more than Tony. But that's just me.
Mhm.
But Tony is a two-time winner, so he deserves. He
He's
deserves
a
it.
two-time winner. Yep, yep.
He
Boston
deserves.
Rob's played the most days. He's
Yeah,
won. He's
he
all
deserves.
all four
So
of those people have made it to
all four
the
of them deserve.
or they made it to the top two or top three multiple times in their
Yeah.
seasons.
So yeah,
All four of them. So,
they all deserve. They all deserve. And Cerie will be the person we put on that add a fifth person to Mount Rushmore.
yeah,
So period.
exactly.
But
Exactly. But yeah, last note I wrote was I hate this season. I don't know if I do. Like I think I need some time away from it, but right now I'm really frustrated with it. We'll see how this
okay.
reunion goes. If the people out there voting for this SIA award for fan favorite, if they do not vote Sari for fan favorite, yeah, I do hate this season
Yeah,
because
if
there's no
Serena don't win fan favorite this season, can go to trash. It's trash. I'm throwing it away. I'm sorry. I'm throwing it away.
Yep.
And it will be hard pressed for me to watch season 51. If Serena don't win 50, it's gonna be a hard press for me to watch 51. I'm gonna be so for real with y'all because what are
Mhm.
we doing? What are we doing? I'm already annoyed with this final five. And so if Serena don't win fan
Minus
favorite, huh?
minus Tiffany.
Mine is Tiffany. Love Tiffany, but I know what y'all finna do. I know what y'all finna do. But I'm gonna sit there, be quiet. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch to the end and see what happened. But if Sari don't win fan favorite, y'all, okay, go vote for Sari fan favorite. Anyway, I was supposed to put that in the recap thing. I'm gonna put the link. Is it closed already? It's probably already closed. Oh well,
Mhm.
I don't know. I was supposed to put it in the recap, the link in the recap, and I forgot. But it's okay. Y'all know where to go vote
They'll
if
find
y'all
it.
didn't vote. You'll find it. You'll find it. All right, let's move on from Survivor because got nothing left to talk about. New show, Fear Factor. 48 hours of fear. We only got 2 weeks of this show. So this week and next week is going to be it when we're talking about Fear Factor. 48 hours of fear. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to bring up the folks because it's only 6 contestants. Um, oh, yeah, we're going to talk about it. Fear Factor 40 Hours of Fear, there are going to be just doing 48 hours of Fear Factor, really, literally. And they have to do it with no sleep.
Yep.
No sleep. 48 hours, no sleep. I said, baby, please, no thank you. I would have walked out the second he said no sleep. I'm like, you know what? This $50,000 ain't worth it. I'm about to go. What you mean I can't go to sleep? Hello? You know how much I love to sleep?
I
Fifty
know. I
thousand
was
dollars. Mm-mm.
when Adrian was like, I take multiple naps a day. I was like, that's so real. That's so me. When I
Like
can, at least on the
when I
weekends.
can.
I will say though, I didn't realize it until he mentioned it, but Blake was talking about how he was on Extracted,
Mm-hmm.
and I've told this story on the podcast. I don't remember if you were there, if Brooke was there, but Blake made it to the finale with his dad
Mm-hmm.
on season one of Extracted. But they had like a final challenge where the people in the control room had to come up with a 5 letter code for a box, and it had to be a word, 5 letter word, and then the survivalists had to figure out what the code would be. So Blake and his cousin were in the control room, and they decided, oh, trust is an important thing with our family, so we're going to use trust as our 5 letter word. And so they get that box out there, and the dad is trying to like figure it out, and then they have this moment where it's like, oh, he's getting it. And he goes, TRUMP. It's like, what? It wasn't Trump? What? I'm like, oh, yikes. So I hope that's not a reflection on Blake, but
Oh, it
he's got
is. It's
really good
100%.
info.
It 100% is because
Look, I didn't vote the way my parents vote, so you never know.
it's a. Oh, I
But it
think
was
it
just so
is.
funny the build-up because you thought he was going to get it.
Oh, that's crazy.
TRUMP.
That's wild. Yeah, you must have told Brooke that because I ain't never heard that story. Wild. Wow. Okay. Well, I trust Trump would never be a word used for me. Um,
Nope.
uh, but yeah, they are going to do their 48 hours of fear. And we start off with them coming at dawn because all these going to either take place at dawn or at night. That's how it's going. So that's how it seems. So they go out and they break them up into 3 groups or 2 groups of 3. It was Blake, Jeff, Adrian, and then Meg, Tatum, and Brian in the second group. They had to go and there was a code given on the keyboard or on the computer. Had to get the code, the numbers of code, and then they had to go get these beetles out of the trough full of beetles and other worms and things crawling around in there. And they had to remove the beetle with their mouth and put it in the tube as whatever the number corresponds with the tube. That's how many beetles they had to put in that said tube.
Mhm.
So like the number was like 2514 something, two something. And so they had to put those beetles in there. And you had to do it with your mouth, of course.
Mhm.
And it was, of course, it's gross. It's fear factor.
Yep.
There's a lot of spitting involved, a lot of.
See what when they first were explaining the challenge, I saw the beetles and I was like, oh, those are big. And then I saw the test tubes and I'm like, oh, those test tubes are small. So I misunderstood at first. And I'm like, oh, they have to pick up the beetle with their mouth, crunch it so it fits in. I thought that's what they were about to do. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is awful. But then I guess they said that you're not allowed to use your teeth.
Don't use your teeth.
Yeah. But for me, I was like, oh, this is about to be traumatic.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad they didn't have to crunch them and then spit their crunched bodies in there. That's
Have to make them fit in there like beetle
ugh.
puree.
How gross. It was already gross enough. Now with that image of a beetle puree makes it even grosser.
Hey,
But
that could be on Chopped
that
Castaways
be on
next.
Chopped Castaways beetle puree. Okay. Anyway, so they go off in the first, like in the first group is Jeff, Blake, and Adrian. Adrian has this thing where she's like, I've been diagnosed with this whatever condition where I feel my body feels very much what I smell, and certain smells trigger certain, feelings. And she said this smell was triggering like slimy. She said so my whole body felt slimy as I was smelling these beetles and whatever else was in there. And so she was having a very hard time at first just getting the beetles out of the trough. She's she's feeling gross. He's feeling slimy. Blake is doing pretty decent. He's grabbing them. He's grabbing them, but then he's having problems putting them in the tube because like they won't. He gotta like literally like spit them in the tube, but they're not dead, so they're trying to crawl back out of the tube, and then you're dropping them because they're biting, and then apparently these beetles let out of a secretion when you touch them or whatever, and they're biting and they're putting out so all that is in your mouth. And I'm like, ugh, 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 ooh, gross, gross, gross. This is a show for a fact 100%. I can guarantee you I will never try to go on. Like you will never pay me enough money.
Same.
There's never enough for me to go, you know what, I'll try it. No, no, no. I would do Survivor before I do Fear Factor. And I've already said I would never do Survivor. But if I had to choose one gun pointed to my head, I'm picking Survivor. I'm not Fear Factor, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But
Yeah.
Jeff does it in the fastest time for the first group. And I was like, period, Jeff. Go ahead. 5 minutes and 47 seconds. He does it. And he gets all his beetles in correctly in the right order. Good on you, Jeff. You do it.
Good
Good.
for him. He's likable. I like it. I was rooting for Adrian in this group, but Jeff was my second choice, especially because I don't know about Blake based on the story I told you.
Yes.
So
Don't know if I
I
should
don't.
root for you, Blake. Now I'm looking at Blake side eye because I ain't even know that. But I'm like, okay, Blake. I'm looking at you side eye now. But we'll see. But Jeff gets it done in 5 minutes and 47 seconds. So then the next group come out. And baby, I think I laughed so much in this group because Meg is something else. She's an attorney and an interior designer.
Attorney first.
Attorney first, and then interior designer second. And she don't really need this money. She says she don't know why she's here. She don't know why she's doing this, but she doing it. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, cool.
She's the kind of casting I really like on these kind of shows. Like we need somebody kooky like this. I could see her on other shows maybe because this is NBC, so that's associated with Peacock. Maybe she'll be on The Traitors. Who knows? Or one of their many reality shows. We'll see.
All right,
But I like
you
Meg.
get on a Destination X or something. Who knows?
I'll go ahead and say it. I'm really liking the women. All three of them. I like them a lot.
Absolutely,
I like
absolutely.
Jeff too.
I like Jeff. I think if I was going in the women top tier, Jeff,
Hmm.
he's cool, and then Brian and Blake, sure,
Yep.
sure. I don't know. But yeah, Meg was making me laugh this whole time. She couldn't do it. She was having a hard time, but she was trying, and she was oh, it's biting me, oh, like she was just oh, Meg was a hot mess. She's
It's
a
gonna
hot
give
mess.
her lip filler, right? It's working quick, girl. It's
Yeah,
working
because
quick.
it was swollen, baby. Her lips was it. She was a hoot and a holler in this one. I was laughing. Tatum was trying so hard. She was good. She was doing really well. She was doing really well. It was just the it was she was just like, oh, having a hard time, but she was going for it, giving it to Gusto, picking them up off the floor when they fell on the floor. She was like, I'm gonna get it. And she tried. But Brian was just fast and he was just quick.
Fast.
He was just fast and he was getting it in there. And so he wins for the second leg. And so it was Jeff and Brian, and only one of them will be safe for immunity because everybody was going to go to the end game. Um, so only one person was safe, And that person who had the fastest time was Brian by 3 seconds.
Three
He did it in
seconds.
5 minutes and 44 seconds. So he was now immune. And
I'm sure
yeah,
immunity would be nice. Immunity
mm,
would be nice, Jeff.
it would be real nice. Because the end game, well, they all find out, they go to the house and they see the house, but they know they can't sleep. They're just in the house. So it's cool, whatever. I feel like it was some cutting, editing things going on here. I saw something that made me go, that don't look like this was the same time as this. Like for me, it felt like Jeff never really made it in the house because we didn't really see Jeff Tusa
Oh,
in the house. But they
I
were
didn't even
talking
notice
like,
it.
yeah, because when they were at around the table talking about what everybody does, Jeff was absent from that conversation.
Hmm.
And I was like, where's Jeff? Everybody is talking about, you know, I think some editing, cutting things around, which is fine, whatever, cool. I was like, maybe I think he was in the next room or something. I don't know. But I think it
Yeah,
was.
there's a lot that's confusing me because, like, so the episode started at dawn, and
Mm-hmm.
then at one point they're like, "Oh, it's been 18 hours," and I'm like,
Right.
"Why is it so bright outside? Are you all in Alaska on the like
The
bright?"
no night day. It's just all sun all the
Yeah,
time. What are we doing?
I don't
Yeah,
know. I was
it was
confused because that's a long day.
a very long day because I think at one point he was like, "We've been here for 12 hours," and I was like, "It still don't look like the sun ain't setting or none in 12 hours. It ain't did nothing. It ain't okay." But so I was like, I don't think Jeff made it in the house. I think they just kind of went from one challenge to the next challenge, and I don't think so. But either way, it went because they were talking about what everybody does, and he wasn't a part of that conversation. But it still looked like very much daytime outside or night,
Yeah.
whatever. But we get to the end game. End game happens, and we find out that the end game is a spelling bee, which means you're going to be spelling words while covered in bees. And I was like, absolutely not.
I mean, I think I could do this before a lot of the things I saw on House of Fear,
Yeah.
but I
I mean,
still
if I
wouldn't
had
want
to
to.
choose the ones over the ones that they were doing, yeah, I can do this one. But I would be so screaming the whole time, like, oh God, no! Like I know I would not become no.
Would you be
But
crying like,
Tatum, yeah, I would be Tatum. Tatum was crying from the second she walked up there. She was like, "Oh my God, it's bees." I don't like bees. I'm like, I don't like them either, girl. I get you, relatable. But it was in that moment I said, she's not going home. Because they spent so much time and she's like, oh my God, this is my worst fear. This is the worst fear for me. And I'm like, there's always the ones whose fear is the worst who's never gonna go home.
pretty much, yeah. The funniest thing to me though was like, so before they actually started the spelling bee, they were getting all the bees on them. So everybody's getting them scooped on them. They're gradually climbing up. But there was one part where it showed Meg, who like all of her bees were like right down here.
Mm-hmm.
She had like a couple on her face, and she's just chilling. And then it cuts over to Tatum, who has like a full bee beard. She's got a bee sweater. Those bees knew. They
Mm-hmm.
knew. They're like, we're gonna weigh this girl down. And the ones Meg had didn't care about her.
They're like, they queen. They didn't really like the queen that they put on Meg. They were like, I don't like her. I'm gonna go to this other
Yeah.
queen.
Oh, she's
But
okay. She's
she
not my
alright, but
diva.
all right, she work diva, you all right, but you're not my cup of tea. I like that queen over there. So they
They
was
put the
on
Taylor
Meg.
Swift bee on her.
Right. The Beehive was on Beyonce, and then Taylor Swift bee was on Meg. Like, sure. It's all
So
right.
all the basic bees were on
All the
her.
basic bees was over
I'm
there, and
gonna get in
then
trouble.
oh well. But yeah, it was so funny. But the spelling bee, and it was crazy because like they were like okay, the bees are on us. Let's start. And Johnny's just talking, and he just they're like, could we start this thing? Because the bees are starting to sting very much instantly. He was like, oh, oh, it's
Especially
something.
Meg.
So, huh?
For especially Meg, for as few bees she had on her, it seemed
It
like she
was
was getting stung the most.
yeah. They didn't like her. they didn't they didn't like her at all. But yeah, she was getting stung constantly. And so there was a spelling bee. Like Johnny would give them words to spell, and they would have to spell them with the bees all over them. So some of the words were like, okay, not hard words to spell. Um, Brian was like, "I'm so glad I'm immune from this challenge because I didn't want them to put me out there so people could see how ignorant I am." I was like, "Not that, not that." But we got the first round. Everybody gets through the first round. First round cleared. Everybody gets their words pretty easily. Um,
Zootrophobia.
let's see. Yeah, and wait, Johnny talking about Tatum spells
Zoo,
zootrophobia, and Tatum was like, "Johnny, don't play with me. Johnny,
give me the
stop
real
playing with
word.
me. Give me my real word. Don't play." He's like, "Why are you prolonging this? I want to
For a
hurry up with
split
somebody
second, did you
else."
think that was real?
Huh? No, I didn't force.
For a second, I was like, wait this. Oh, yeah, this is a joke.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't real. Not for the first when they just gave somebody hives. You gave some. Wait, you just
Words
gave this
were
dude
not.
hives, and you give me zootrophobia. Get your get your life. Johnny, stop playing. But first round they get through really quickly. Second round, um, Jeff gets caught up on Ghastly. And I knew
Yeah,
it. The second he said it, I was like, he finna mess this up.
yeah.
He finna mess this up. And I hate it because I was like, why, brother? Why, brother? Why? Why would it would be us? It would be us to mess up Ghastly. Y'all, because y'all know what y'all media, I know what y'all trying to do. And I know what y'all trying to prove. And y'all know what y'all trying to say. We do have education and we know how to spell. We are educated people.
Hmm.
Sometimes words trip us up though a little bit. And
Yeah.
Ghastly with that silent H could
Yeah,
trip
that's
up
not everybody's
anybody.
vocabulary. Yeah. Simon Cowell could get it. He says that enough. That was ghastly.
It's Ghastly. Oh, when he was like GAS, I was like, oh no, brother, no. I said you forgot the H. You forgot the H.
Hmm.
Oh, I
Yeah,
felt
just if he had
so
been a
bad.
few seconds faster in that first challenge, it
Right,
would have
he
been
wouldn't
fun.
even had to worry about it. We would have got rid of Brian, but we lost Jeff,
Yeah.
and I was sad about it. I was sad about it because, Jeff, Jeff. But he took it like a champ. He was sweet, and he just left, and that was that.
Yeah.
But then they all found out that they cannot go to sleep, and they have a way to make sure they don't go to sleep. David, would you like a shock collar? I got one for you.
No, I would not.
I got
And
one.
I know somebody who would definitely hate that. Our winner from House of Fear, um, I already forget his name, but he hates being shocked.
Ethan.
Do you want to know something kind of sad? So I used to have an issue with my cat and my roommate's cat not getting along, and they would fight. My roommate's cat would come downstairs and fight my cat, and so um, I asked my roommate a couple of years ago. I'm like, "Can I get him a collar to prevent him from coming downstairs?" And he gave me permission, so I got the cat a shock collar. And if he would come in the vicinity of like the little round thing, it would shock him. And I tested it out. I didn't put it like on my neck, but I held it and I was like, ouch, that it really hurt. That little thing for a cat. And I'm like,
Mm-mm.
I don't feel good about I did put it on the cat for a little bit and he definitely he definitely didn't like it. He stopped coming downstairs for a bit. But we took that collar off and
Thank
then
gosh.
we let the cards fall as they may because I didn't feel good about that. Those things hurt.
Yeah, I don't like it. I've been shocked before, and I don't. No, no, I don't. That's one thing. I'm like, I'm not a animal person. I'm not. That's not my thing. But I definitely am not a like. Don't want cruelty to animals or any kind. So I don't like the shock collars on animals, and I don't like even the fences with the shock fences. And I
Yep.
understand why they're there. I get it, and I understand why they're there to keep and protect the livestock in there and people out, and to keep other wild animals from coming into attacking them. So I get it, but I don't like it. I just oof, because
Yep.
man, the little shocks that I hate, like electric shocks hurt. So oof, no, oof, eesh. Yeah, but they have to wear these things, and if they fall asleep, they shock them. And I was like, get out of here. I mean, I understand why they doing that too, because how else would you prevent people from going to sleep? Because, baby, you tell me I can't go to sleep. All right, I'm gonna go find me somewhere to go to sleep. You ain't gonna see me sleep. I'm sleep.
The
Just,
bathroom.
that's
I have to go
exactly
to
what I
I have to
said. I
go
was
to
like,
the
I'm going to the bathroom. I'm like, you gonna be
like, no,
mad
I
at
have
me because I got
cameras
to
there.
poop? I'm
Why
pooping.
have you been in there 45 minutes? I'm
I'm
constipated.
pooping. My stomach hurt. You mad? Just yeah, I would. Yeah, I would find a way. So I get why they doing it, but man, that's crazy. That's another reason I would never do Fear Factor, and definitely not Fear Factor where I can't go to sleep.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
But we do see some people talking, and
Mm-hmm.
I was very pleased because instantly we see the girls kind of breaking off. Like we saw, I think first Adrian and Tatum,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think we saw Meg and
Adrian,
Tatum.
Megan,
No, maybe
Adrian.
Adrian. But they all seem to have the consensus like we got the numbers now. There's three of us. There's two of them. Why don't we do a girls thing? And I'm like, yes, because those are my top three right now.
I think it
So
could
I would.
work.
I think it could.
I
I
think it
think
could
it
work.
could.
I hope it does because I want them to be the final three and then let it fight out with them. But yeah. But then we also saw the boys doing the same thing, and Blake and Brian just match each other's energy, which is another reason why I'm looking at both of them like, oh, really? Okay. Um,
We have
and
trust in common. We have
that
trust.
trust in common. They trust each other and they remind each other of. Blake said Brian reminds him of his dad. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Mhm. And that's why I'm side eyeing. But anyway, so they decided they go do a boys alliance, and I was like, makes sense because the girls are going for the girl for the, with the girls alliance, boys alliance, sure. And then we find out that we are going to a paint auction, and I was like, okay, because if you watch House of Fear, you know what the paint auction brought, and it brought some of my moments. I was completely like,
Hmm.
no, thank you, no, thank you. So,
It was my
but we,
favorite episode, though.
yeah, I
I've been.
enjoyed the episode, but
Mhm. It's hard. Like I can't imagine doing any of it.
no.
Uh, you're over here like, oh, I would lick this thing that would shock my tongue.
I
I'm like,
would have.
no,
That would have been the easiest one to do for me because after a while, my tongue just gonna get numb, and so I can
right?
finish those 20 licks with them numbs. Like, but baby, putting them needles in my arm, absolutely not. Oh no, nope,
I
absolutely.
could have lived my whole life without remembering that part.
That,
Ugh.
oof, no, thank you. So yeah, that's mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't know what they gonna do for this paint auction, but I'm already shivering. Ugh, about it. I
Mhm.
don't know what's gonna happen, but
Do we know is somebody getting eliminated at the paint auction?
I don't know. But I'm going to probably assume so because
Oh,
this is only one episode left. So
yeah,
I'm
we're
thinking
only
probably
watching.
somebody's gonna go.
True. Well, I know three people are safe then because they showed three people in the preview, not at the paint auction. So
Well, we love to see it. We love to see it. So there is that. I
Pretty good
know.
so far.
Pretty good
Yeah.
so far. Like we said, it's only 2 weeks, so this week and next week. So really quick, really fast. We're gonna talk about them, and yeah. Well, David, I feel like we are at that point again. Well, it's time to do a little bit more news. It's traders time. Trader season is upon us. Is coming up. We're gonna get a lot of traders coming up soon. Not just U.S. traders, but UK traders, uh, Ireland traders, Canada's
New Zealand.
traders, New Zealand traders. We're gonna get a lot of trailer traders coming up, but the traders U.S. civilian version is expected to air on NBC this fall on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with 60-minute episodes. So this is going to be our first time having a full civilian traders here in the U.S. because last time we had half and half and then it turned into all reality stars. Now we're gonna have a full civilian, and I'm excited because I feel like civilians play harder because they are playing for the money that they need and that they want, and so they're gonna play. So I'm excited to see what our civilian traders is doing because I do love UK civilian seasons so much,
Oh yeah.
and so I'm
And
excited to see what US does with their civilian traders.
yeah, and I hope they had their people watch the UK version because I would love for them to play like they do in the UK. I've also heard, so I figured they would like have some sort of like spin-off name for this, but I've heard it might actually just be called season 5 of The Traders, which could be confusing for people who don't have Peacock and they're like, "Oh, we're starting with season 5?" So we'll see.
We'll see.
Mhm. But in other news, Fox had their upfront, so we got some announcements. We had some good news and some bad news, but they have officially renewed Extracted for season 3, so that's good. And 99 to Beat for season 2, good, since they've already started filming it. It would be
Hmm.
bad if that got canceled. But we did have a show that was canceled, unfortunately, and it is The Snake, which I was really excited for a season 2.
I think they have potential.
Really interesting format. I think it had some low points in season
Hmm.
1, but I think a lot of shows really can learn from the first season and excel in the second season. We saw that with Million Dollar Secret, so I was
Hmm.
hoping that the Snake would have a chance, but unfortunately, it's not going to.
I hate that because I really enjoyed the snake, even with its down low areas. It had room for improvement, and they could have just looked at the first season and learned from it and grew from it, and it probably could have been really really good at season 2. But they didn't give it a chance, and that's unfortunate. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. In an interview with TV Insider, Jeff Probst says that the chances are very good that you'll see more returning players sooner rather than later on Survivor. So it's like he's giving us like clues that maybe we'll have some returnees in season 51. Maybe.
I don't know that we'll get him that soon, but I think what he's trying to say is that they're not going to go 11 seasons in between or 10 seasons in between returning player season, which is good.
Okay.
I'm just a little nervous. I hope this means like we're going to get another full All-Star
All
season
stars.
pretty
Hmm.
soon. I don't want to see any of this like here's 3 people that we're bringing back as
Yeah.
second lambs. No, I don't want that.
No, I don't want that either. If we go have returnees come back, let's give them a shot, a fair chance at it, and just do an all returnee season. Like we can go every 3 or 4 years and have a returnee season. That would be great. You have
Mhm.
enough seasons in Survivor to do that every few years, honestly.
Yep. Well, in other Survivor news, we did find out that Survivor 51 just wrapped filming this past week. So I'm sure that we're going to very soon be getting little spoilers here and there about rumored cast lists. But I'm excited. I hope they make some good improvements. I don't want to see copy and paste of what seasons 41 through 49 were. I hope they really take the show in a new direction. and hopefully have two tribes like we've heard. So we'll see.
Yes, I hope so. Speaking of rumored cast, there are some rumored casts for a few shows that has come out, and we're going to talk about those said rumored cast. We have the rumored cast for The Floor, which look at all these people. Look at all
Hmm.
these people I recognize, people I'm like, "Oh, okay, I know that person, I know that person. Oh, I don't know this person." But yeah, we got some Big Brother alum with Xavier, winner of Big Brother 23, Cookout, period. Um, Adam from the challenge, no, from the challenge. Ricky from Amazing Race, and winner of Amazing Race. Love that for Ricky.
Well, that's a
Uh,
thing in common that most of these people have
they're
because it's supposed to be
champions,
champion season.
which is cool. Which I'm like, though, what? But at first I was about to say what Jason win, but he won on Food Network. But yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Jake, we just saw him in the Battle of the Champions season. He was one of Kelly's winners for The Voice.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked on Reality Roundup about Tyler winning Beast Game season two. Um, so yeah, we got a multi-millionaire there.
Yeah.
um, I do not remember. Like I remember how she looks, Chrisley from Lego Masters, but I do not remember if she won.
Mhm.
I mean, she might have if she's on this champion season.
I mean, Morgan was on Battle Camp, but she did not win Battle Camp. But maybe she
Wait,
won the
cheer camp.
cheer.
Yeah,
She was on
or
Battle
cheer
Camp
chair.
too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe she won whatever the thing in the cheer camp was, but she definitely didn't win Battle Camp. But she's there. Interesting. We probably won't be talking about the floor because it's more of a game show than a reality competitive reality show. But just wanted to know because there are reality TV people here, so of course we're going to talk about them. And this is what they're doing on the floor. But
Hmm.
we also find out about Traders Canada season 4 and some faces who should be on who might are rumored to be there. And this is super exciting because I know a lot of these people. First of all, Ty said, "You kicked me out the first time on round one. I'll be back." And I'm like, you know what, Ty, you deserve to come back and
Yeah.
try it again. So I'm glad they're giving him another opportunity to come back and try it again. And then you have Spicy V from Big Brother Canada as
My
well. And
fave.
I'm like, yes, I love that.
She can be
Um,
on everything. Like,
yeah, Spicy V
keep
can be
bringing her
anything, and
back.
I'm gonna watch it. Bring Spicy V everywhere. We have Kane from Survivor, and I'm like, okay. Forgot
Yeah.
Kane was Canadian. I was like, you are Canadian.
Hmm.
Period. Nice to see you. But then
Yeah, not the
here,
biggest personality on Survivor, but hopefully you can shine more here.
absolutely, definitely be interesting to see him in this environment um on Traders. Then we have Isis Couture and Van Gogh from
Two
Drag Race.
winners.
From Drag Race, two winners, two
Two
winners,
winners.
two winners on Trump Drag Race Canada. And I am so excited to see Van Gogh on Traders because I said on Canada's Drag Race, if anybody could do Traders and do it well for the Drag Race community, the Drag Race community, the Drag Race girlies, it's Van Gogh's because she
Mm,
played Drag Race like Traders. And I was like,
she
period.
did. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
so excited.
and I'm glad they have two drag race queens because
Yes.
this is the first time we've seen more than one queen on a season of the Traders, and the queens just never do that well on
They
any
don't.
franchise, really.
I never.
Um, so I'm glad. I think Envy Peru in whatever Holland version they did, I think she did pretty well. But other than that, they go out like by halfway through the
Hmm.
season they're gone.
Hmm.
So hopefully at least one of them can do well. I would love to see them both go very far.
Absolutely. Um, Elan, it was from Love Island USA season 7. He was the Casa guy, made it to pretty far in the season. Um, I'm not that big of a fan of his, but sure, he's there. Uh, who's that other person? I can't see their name. Well, look, Justin Bieber's
That's
dad
the
is
same
there.
problem I had earlier.
Well, that's because I got this banner going across it, and I can't see. um,
But yes, Justin Bieber's dad is there, which is
yeah, Justin Bieber's dad,
random.
Jeremy. I'm like, okay. But hey, we had Donna Kelsey on
True.
Traders US,
We saw
so
how that went.
well, we saw that one. So watch out, Justin Bieber's daddy. Felix, he's an Olympian, and he
Oh yeah.
was on Big Brother. No,
Oh yeah, the Big
yeah,
Brother
Celebrity Big
celebrities.
Brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the like Quebec version.
yeah. And then Ronnie, who is on
Housewife.
Housewives.
I don't know which one.
I don't know which Housewives either, but she's on Housewives.
Yeah,
I was like, they got a Canadian version of Housewives? I didn't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
But she's on Housewives, so
Yeah, I
cool
mean,
for
I'm definitely rooting for Spicy V, Isis, and Van Gotham.
period. Those are the three I'm rooting for. Like Bam Bam and Bam.
And
And who
Ty just
Ty,
cannot get. He can't go home first.
I don't want
We'll
him to go
say
home first. No, don't do that to him again. That's tragic. Um and I honestly don't want him to be a traitor right out the way because people assume that he will be because he's coming back again. So don't do him dirty. Don't send him out the door right away. That's crazy. But
I want
sure.
ISIS to be a traitor. Out of this group, I think I want ISIS to be the most because I think it would be most unexpected because people would expect Fan, I think, before ISIS. I
Hmm.
think she could be a stealthy, good traitor. Spicy V is another one. Like on paper, I would like her to be a traitor, but
I think
I'm
people would
just
expect her
nervous
to
that they
be.
would expect, especially after
Mhm.
we had Kuzi and we had Netta
Yeah.
being traitors. So, um, yeah,
Yeah.
she could be a faithful, be a good
Yeah.
faithful.
I could see her face. I would like to see Elon as a trader, even though I don't really care for him. I want him to be a trader, but I want him to be a trader that got and get put out. But I think he will be an unassuming trader. Although him being on Love Island, if he's a trader, Rob being a trader, people assume Love Island people be traders, and it's
Mm,
like, oh, so I don't know. Maybe Kane will be a good trader. I don't know. We shall see. But also, Destination X gave us a couple of teasers about who could be on the show this season. And look here, Dan has said, "I'm coming out of retirement," and he's coming back with a vengeance. He gonna be on everything now. Dan said, "I came out, so put me everywhere." And we then went from Traders to Destination X. And I'm interested to see how Dan is going to do in Destination X, as well as Tiffany from Big Brother, and then Window from Survivor or Winner, and Kaylor from Love Island. Now, honestly, I don't know what the heck Kaylor is doing on this show. Um, if y'all thought Janae was out of place, Kaylor is definitely out of place. It's like, what are you doing here, girl? I don't know, but she might. I don't know how. She went to college. She was a psychology major. She didn't seem super duper smart on the show, but you don't have to be smart on Love Island. You just got to be pretty, and she's pretty. The girl's pretty. She's cute. Um, Maybe she won't cry as much here on Destination X as she did on Love Island, so hopefully we won't have that. But good on you, girl, for doing something else outside of Love Island. I love that for her. I love that for anybody going outside of what they used to do. So I'm just excited for Tiffany. Anytime Tiffany is on my screen, I'm like here
yeah.
for it. And I enjoy Wendell anytime he's on my TV screen as well. When he was on the Go and when he's on Survivor, I like Wendell. So this is an interesting four. I'm excited to see them all do what they do on Destination X. I hope they don't do them like they did Janae and Peter and put them halfway in the season, or two of them at the beginning like they did Josh, like two at the beginning and two halfway through. If they're gonna be a part of the game, just let them be a part of the game.
Mhm.
I
I
hope they do
agree.
that.
I kind of hope that there's even more people from like reality shows, just because I don't want these people to just be targeted for being on reality shows and people being afraid that they're going to have an alliance because they probably will have an alliance. Especially because we know Tiffany likes to work with other gamers. She showed that in the traders. Um, Taylor, I do not know you. I'm sorry. Wendell, I'm happy for you. I like Wendell. I'm like not the hugest fan of him, but Dan and Tiffany are like top tier all time favorites for me when it comes to
Hmm.
Big Brother. So I will be rooting for Dan and Tiffany. This is the best casting news of the week for me because I love them
Yes.
both so much.
I am right there with you when you write. So I can't wait for Destination X. I love that show anyway, so I'm excited to see how they are incorporated in Destination X. And yeah, I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. But just like I'm ready for some drag news. And I remembered we are talking RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars episode. Yeah, episode 3. What do we think of this? Because neither one of us got to talk about it during the recaps. But do go check out the recaps if you haven't. It's on our drag channel at the Cup Pod. But we didn't get to talk about it, so let's talk about it, David.
Yeah, it's so quick that this bracket is already over. It just started last week, and we're already done with our third episode. And things start out with points. Um, so I made some predictions about how I thought the points would go, and I wasn't exactly right. I did get lucky giving a point to Morphine. I
Hmm.
thought there was a chance Morphine would give a point back to Lucky, but I also thought she could give it to Dawn. But she did return the favor and give it to Lucky. But what I did not see coming is what the other two queens do with their points.
Mm-mm.
We have Morgan and Mystique, and they both decided to give their points to what do you mean the person that just won the lip sync? What do you mean you're setting her up as a front runner with 6 points already? Wow,
That's nice of you.
it is nice,
They
especially
was
Morgan. Because I'm
Mhm.
like Morgan, you're in the conversation here. Like
Right.
you don't you don't want to set yourself further apart from that top two when only two people get through, and now you're third place.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. I was like, oh, well, I mean, I'm happy for Akira because I like her, but whoa, okay, cool work.
Hmm. I did like the next day when they were all around the table, and we had talked about the air in Akira's purse last week, the H2O, but
Hmm.
this time Mystique has her bag, and she's talking about like I actually have stuff in it, and I think it was Akira. She's like, "Oh, do you have some strawberry candies in there?"
And if you don't know, because if y'all don't know what you know, because they always been calling Mystique the auntie and the Albertina Walker, and so everybody know and the auntie at her purse at church got everything in there, and you can't not have no strawberry candy or some peppermints. I was like, "Where's the mints, girl? You ain't got no mints in there. You gotta have some peppermint in there, or butterscotch. Some butterscotch. Every
Butterscotch,
black,
yeah,
every old woman got some butterscotch and some
yeah.
peppermints in her
White
purse.
woman too. Yep.
Cause baby, if I go in my purse, I'm pretty sure I got some peppermints in my purse right now. So
That's okay. That's okay.
that's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah. I don't know about you. So last week we talked about how we were really liking Mystique. Like she's been a joy.
Yeah.
But for me, she took
Nope.
a little bit of a
She took a
turn.
lot of a turn. This week was horrible for Mystique. I was like, what happened from
Yeah.
last week to this week? You turned into, she was so entitled. She turned into morphine. Like, remember last week when we talked about how I was like, morphine was just so entitled and so unbearable and just getting on my nerves? Mystique Morphine rubbed all the way off on Mystique because this week she mad because they didn't give her the points to Akira. They're like,
Yeah.
it's a game. We trying to win. You because you don't want to win. Don't mean we ain't trying to win. Like, what do you mean? Well, she helped everybody. Okay, great. Thanks for the help. We appreciate it. but I'm not entitled to give you my point. And she was really going hard on Lucky for not
Yep.
giving her point. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I don't know about you, Lana, but I don't feel like we're getting the full story from Mystique. I think part of her is like, I thought I had something going on with Lucky, and Lucky
Yeah,
didn't give me her point. After we traded points last week, why didn't she do it this week too? And I
right.
think she didn't want to come out and say that part, so she made it about something that it really
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah. I think it was a lot of she thought she should have got Lucky's point. And I'm like, Lucky does not owe you her point. Nobody
Poor
owes
Lucky.
you anything. Lucky just was getting it left and right. If it wasn't for morphine last week, it was from Mystique. This I'm like, Lucky can't win. What is
It's like she's got a golden point or something.
right? Her
Like,
point was worth 5 points. What is happening? It was so weird to me. I was like,
mhm,
y'all are oh, you are playing. And she
yeah.
was so mad at her, only at Lucky. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But like you said, it was something underlined about that. I think it was because she thought she was gonna get the point from Lucky and Lucky didn't. But girl, just say that.
Mhm.
Just say that. Don't make it out to be something else.
Yep, I agree. But yeah, we do find out what our challenge is. Basically, they all are going to be different, like kind of monster, spooky characters, and they will be selling products. Uh, basically, like QVC, giving out QVC points, one could
Hmm.
say. But they have to do it in pairs.
Hmm.
So that's where we see people quickly. I think Dawn and Morphine immediately are like,
They looked at each other was like, yep. And I was like, period. Because I would have did the same thing. Like, "Ain't- I'm
yep.
staying far away from that.
And people still found a way to be angry about that. Why'd you all pick each other? Do you think that could hurt you? That
Mystique,
was Mystique too.
Mystique was so negative and annoying this entire episode. I was like, girl, if you don't just stop, just like, do you think that'll hurt you? No, because it needs chemistry. We got chemistry. It could hinder you. No, it won't, girl. Like, mind your business
I
and
can
work on
match your
your thing.
level.
I was so, like, that was the most annoyed I've been with anybody since last week with morphine. Like I'm so annoyed. I was just like, and I think Mystique took it to another level in this whole thing. Like she was so negative. She was so like even the way she was just looking like
With
she had such the
that thick
stankest
mascara.
with that one little line of blue. It was the stankest face the entire episode, and everything was so tight. I was like, "Girl, did you come? Are you like what's happening?" I feel like something else was going on. She was mad about something. So it was something personal because this it just couldn't be about them points. It could not just be about people picking each other. It was something else because she was so stank the entire episode. I was like, ugh, ew.
I'll give her credit for something in Untucked later on, but we'll get to that eventually. Do you have your rankings for this challenge? I have some rankings.
I have
This was hard to
rankings.
rank. This was hard to rank for me personally because for me, I thought most people were okay. I think I
Hmm.
had one person that I really liked, and everybody else was some level of okay.
Okay.
But I'll start with my rankings. So for me, number 6 was Mystique. I was a little surprised that they were so complimentary of Mystique. I thought she was okay. I thought she was a little snappy during the challenge, and that kind of made me uncomfortable. But then next, I had Morphine. Morphine was fine. She didn't stand out too much to me. Number 4 for me could have easily been last. It was lucky. But I will tell you, I know it was unintentional. The whole thing about is it kosher?
Yeah,
What?
that's funny.
What is it? Yeah, I was cracking up during that whole
Hmm.
collar bit. Like she made it funny too. Like she didn't know what kosher meant, but she I think she was playing it up to make it even funnier, and it worked for me. That was the hardest I laughed out of. everybody, pretty much. Even if it did come from her just not knowing the word. For me, number three was Dawn. I thought
Mm-hmm.
Dawn was good. She was put together. She was professional. Um, but I mean, I wasn't super excited by it. Number two for me was Morgan. I thought,
Mm,
yeah, I thought Morgan presented herself well, but I just wish she had a little bit more like fun. Like she was a little bit too straightforward, but she
mm-hmm.
said all the right things, so she was very good in that. For me, number one by far, it was not close, was Akira.
Mm-hmm.
For me, there's no world where Akira should not have been in the top for this episode because she was fun. She was selling her rapture, which reminded me
Mm-hmm.
of my rapping days. If you know, you know.
Well, if you know, you know. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, her whole character, like she was able to make this monstrous character, but still keep her own charm.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen her in other like improv challenges like this in previous seasons, and I think improv challenges like this are where she excels the most. Like, well, she's great at making outfits as well. But yeah, I loved Akira in this.
Absolutely. My ranking isn't that much different from yours, but I will say six would have been lucky for me. Even though the
Got
culture
it.
was funny, it was definitely funny, but I feel like she was just all over the place. It just wasn't. I wasn't into it. Five would be Morphine because I think she just relied strictly on Dawn and not do much of anything herself. Four would have been Mystique because I do think even though she was snappy, it kind of added
Mhm.
to the character and it made it a little bit more funnier. Like, okay, this one don't really want to be here. Like, she don't want to be at her job, but she feel like she forced to be here. So it's like it was a
She doesn't want
character,
to be the kink.
right? She don't want to be in this on this scene with this person. And it's just like, well, if you let me tell you, like I enjoyed the snappiness. I thought it was a good, even though I knew it was probably her just being real and entitled. It added
Annoyed.
to annoyed, very annoyed. It added to a character that she could have just said, "No, this is what I." She could have easily played it off like, "No, that was intention. I intended to be that snappy girl. I'm a what was she? What was her character? She was the
She was a Frankenstein, but she did
Frankenstein.
not like
Like, and
that to me.
Frankensteins are not happy people. They can be grumpy people. Like a Frankenstein. So she could be like, yeah, my character was a grumpy Frankenstein person, and I get annoyed easy because I got bolts in my head, like or whatever, like Frankenstein. But whatever. So I didn't mind that one. Three, Dawn. I agree. I agree with Dawn. She said the right things. She looked the part. She it was fine. It just wasn't anything that I was like she wasn't the best. Two was Morgan for me because, like you said, it was good. She said the right things. I just wanted her to loosen up a little bit. She was a little too straight laced and not a lot, especially when you have someone like Akira who's very like girl child. You know what I'm saying? And you like, I have this. It was just like she had funny lines, but she just didn't deliver everything fun in the funniest way for me. Like it could have been funnier, but yeah. And Akira, I think she ate it up. I think she was so funny. I didn't agree with Rue talk about her not looking at the camera because I thought her not looking at the camera made it even funnier for me because it was like she was having the conversation with the person in there instead of looking dead
The
at the camera
critiques
like,
felt so forced for me. So
huh?
forced.
Yeah.
The critiques felt so forced for
Yeah, it
Akira.
felt like you just wanted to say something negative when you know it wasn't nothing negative to be said. But
Yeah.
yeah, Akira by far was my favorite.
Okay. What do you think about Lucky smashing the cake in her own face?
I thought it was funny, but
Mystique did not.
Mystique did not like that because she told her, "I don't want you to put no stuff on my gown. Don't get crazy." And what did you do? Smash a cake in your face and it went everywhere on my gown. I told you that. I don't want that.
She's
Don't
like,
do
I'm
that.
reusing this.
Right, baby. I don't want to have to. I got to reuse this again. I got to take it to the cleaners and hope the stain come out.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. She was Mystique.
There's still something charming about it. Like she was annoying but charming.
Yes.
And what else was charming was when they were like getting ready for the runway, and we saw Akira. I was like, "What is Akira writing on this cardboard?" And it was Akira for MVQ.
QVC points.
Yes, get
QVC
those
points.
QVC.
We love those QVC points, honey. I love that.
Mm,
Akira's funny to me. I just enjoy her.
she is. This
What
is
do
the
we
most
think?
I've liked
Oh, okay. I love
her.
that. So let's talk about this runway because I want to hear your rankings because I know you have rankings for the runway.
I do, I do.
So what is your
Um,
rankings for the runway?
okay, number 6 was Mystique. It was what it was. Number 5 was Akira. I expected a little bit better from Akira. I mean, it wasn't bad. I just think some other people really brought it. Um, Number 4 for me was Morgan. With the Joan of Arc thing. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
was a cute concept. I still don't. I don't think I understand how the cutlery, like what that has to do with Joan of Arc. But okay. For me, the top 3 though were definitely the strongest one. Lucky, that was really impressive. She was number 3 for
Mm-hmm.
me. That headpiece was
That
insane. I
piece is
can't believe
insane.
that stayed on. It was a little busy, but
Mm-hmm.
I still thought it was really impressive overall. But my top 2 were by far my top 2. Dawn was
Mm-hmm.
number 2 for me. That was so good, so impressive. The rat, but Morphine brought it with this look. The
Mm-hmm.
catacombs and the prosthetics on the face. I thought that was so good, really
Yeah.
incredible.
I think I would have to agree with your top your rankings. I think I would switch Morgan and um
Akira,
Akira
right?
because I really enjoy it because I do love a Josephine Baker look, but I think she did it in such a way that not a lot of people do Josephine Baker. And I love that she took the time to rhinestone all those bananas. It's like
Yeah.
every banana got rhinestones on it, and
I
I
didn't
love
like
this.
seeing the zipper, but that's a nitpick too.
Yeah, I get that. I like, but I did like it. I think that ranking is the same, but for everything. But I think Morphine absolutely annihilated that. It was beautiful. It was great.
Hmm. Yeah, this is where I also got annoyed. We got the critiques, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I still don't get the critiques for Akira.
Hmm.
It just really felt nitpicky. But after I saw what they were saying about her, I was like, okay, I think I know who the top 2 are going to be because really it seemed like it should be Morgan and Dawn if you're taking Akira out of the running for whatever reason. And sure enough, that's our top 2.
Hmm.
We started with them as the top 2, ending
And
with
it
them
was
as the top.
but this lip sync did not start and finish how it started at the beginning because this lip sync was to Lady Gaga Zombie Land or Zombie something. Um
Something.
but Dawn knew she needed to win this lip sync because she was like, I'm behind in points. I need this extra point to stay in the running to it because Dawn wants a cat. And her boyfriend told her if she gets to the semifinals, she gets a cat. So Dawn's like, I really, really want this cat. So go do what we gonna do. And as the lip sync happened, I really thought Morgan was going to win this. I was like, ooh, okay. Not seeing, and I honestly maybe think she might have should have. But I think she because Morgan just was more in control to me. Dawn always for me still, Dawn is good, but it's always something that is one step behind the person who she's lip syncing against for me. And I think it was the same for me this time. I don't think she won this lip sync. I think she was still a half a sec, behind pace to Morgan. I think Morgan kind of did a really, really good job on this lip sync. And I was more impressed with Morgan, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I will say I think this is definitely my least favorite of the 3 lip syncs we've gotten so far.
Yes,
Um,
agreed. 100%.
yeah. Um, but what I noticed as I was watching it, I'm like, man, the camera is following Dawn. Like we keep
Hmm.
seeing Dawn. Like I felt like we saw twice as much of Dawn throughout the lip sync as we did from Morgan. And Morgan is always in control. I think they're kind of opposites. Like Morgan is very in control. Dawn loses control quickly. I think this was Dawn's best lip sync, but I still probably would have given it to Morgan. But I was not surprised based on the edit. But it would have been really cool because if Morgan got the win and Dawn got second place, then we would have had at this point we would have had 6 points for Akira, 6 points for Dawn, points for Morgan. So then it would have been completely up to the
Yep.
MVQ points. But it kind of all works out anyways.
Yep, it does. Because we do have to, the girls are who gives the MBQ points have to do it live right after the lip sync. So, of course, Don wins the lip sync. So, Don has 7 points,
Yep.
and um, Morgan has 6 points.
She has
Akira
five.
has, she has 5 points.
5.
Akira has 6 points. With Morphine and Lucky with 2 points, and Mystique with 8 points. So they come up to the
She's mad.
front, and she's mad though. And they come up and they give their points. So the first person to get their point out is Lucky. Was it Lucky? What was it?
Yeah, it was lucky to
Yeah.
Morgan.
Lucky first, and she gives it to Morgan. And I knew that was happening because we saw all through the episode Morgan was working on Lucky, baby. She was giving her advice. She was doing, Morgan knew what she needed to do to play the game, and she was doing it. She was nice to everybody. She was sweet, and she was doing all the things. And so Morgan, I mean, Lucky gives her point to Morgan, which takes look Morgan now to 6 points as well. 6 points for Morgan. So 6 points for her, six for Curious, seven for Dawn. Then it was Morphine's turn. Morphine's already in tears. She knows she has no shot of getting it. She's crying, but she is going to give it to her season 16 sister to help her secure her spot into the semifinals round. So she gave it to Dawn, which gave Dawn 8 points to and Morgan and Akira with 6 points apiece. Uh, so then um,
Akira.
Ak-
Akira. I could not believe this. I mean,
Akira said,
it makes
yeah,
sense, but
Akira
uh,
says, I'm going to give my point, and I know people go look at me crazy when I do this, but I'm gonna give it to to the person who I just feel deserves and who I love, who's my sister, and she gives it to Morgan, which brings her to 7 points. And she Akira has 6 points, and Dawn has 8 points. And so it comes down to Mystique. And Mystique decides she is going to give her point to Akira, which now makes Akira with 7 points, Morgan with 7 points, Dawn is secure with her 8 points. And so now, with this tie between Akira and Morgan, it is now up to RuPaul to make the final decision on who's going to go into the next round. Which I'm like, this is why we need three
yeah.
people in the semifinals. Because both Morgan, I feel like, deserves to be there, and Akira deserves to be in the semifinals. So it should be three people, but that is not the rules. It is two. And so RuPaul makes her decision, and Akira is now moving on to the semifinal round with Dawn. And I was like, yay, because I wanted Akira to go, but because I really wanted Morgan to go as well.
Yeah.
But
I, I actually think Morgan was the most consistent of anybody, even though she wasn't in the top every week. She was in the top 2 of the weeks. But I think based on what I said last week and this week, I probably would have had her in the top two, all 3 episodes. So it is a shame, and I was not a Morgan fan. Like there was a time where I really didn't like Morgan.
mhm,
I think she's redeemed herself, and she should be proud. I'm happy Akira is through though.
I kind of feel like we still might see Morgan in the next round because I think she has a really good chance of winning the wild card because I really think Rue wants her to be
Mm.
that. And I think that she has a chance. So, but there is a wild card round. So, all, as Rue say, all is not lost for Morgan and Lucky and Morphine and Mystique. So we'll see if any of them make it to the wild card round. So
Yeah. I was going to say something else about Mystique in Untucked. So there was a really sweet moment where she brought out her purse again and she's like, I've got stuff for you all. And she, one at a time, she would pull out some like drag jewelry and give them to each of the other queens. And it was really funny because Akira was like getting a little too anxious for her part, and she was like getting scolded by Mystique. She's like, "Now you're not going to get any. Now you're not going to. You have to sit down and wait your turn." And Dawn was really appreciative. She's like, "I have jewelry, but I don't actually have any drag jewelry, so I'm going to cherish this." And Mystique had very like stipulations. You can't break it, you can't lose it, or whatever. And she was still being like tough with them, but she was like having this really sweet anti vibe, giving them the jewelry. I thought that was a good moment. It was a good redeeming moment that she needed after kind of being grouchy this episode.
she reminded me of those surly aunties, honey. They just surly for no reason, but you still love them. They just surly.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, that is what we have on Drag Race. But we do have news. But is it drag news? No, it's not. But we do have news. We have some dating news, love show news. So since we didn't have any drag news, we're just gonna go right to our love show dating news. Love Island Games has been renewed for season 3 by Peacock, but it will not air until 2027. So I'm guessing either late 2027 or early 2027. But I'm pretty sure it's probably late 2027 because last year it did September. It premiered in September, so it's probably gonna be late 2027, which is fine. Which is fine. We love,
Yeah, they usually do All Stars like early, and then the regular seasons in the summer. So yeah, I would guess it's probably late
yeah, because
2027.
like even UK All Stars is like the beginning of 2027 in January, and then Love Island itself will be in July of 2027, June, July of 2027. So I'm guessing Love Island Games will round it out at the end to give other shows their seasons so they can bring other people from other shows to, come to be in Love Island Games. So we love that. And Ariana Maddox will be hosting Love Island Games. That was announced as well. So we love to see that. And more Love Island news. We have some great news for season 5. Season 5. Bergie and Taylor have from season 5 are now engaged. So that is our second Love Island couple that has been engaged this year. And it's funny because both from season 5. So
Yeah.
Marco and
Come on,
Hannah started this
Burgerlicious.
year. Yeah, Marco and Hannah started out this year becoming engaged, and their wedding is coming up really soon. So that's happening soon. And then now Bergie and Taylor are engaged. So congratulations to Bergie and Taylor. Love that. I love that for them because their story was so interesting on the show, and people didn't believe that they were real. And they got a lot of flack on the show. People like, she's not that into him. She doesn't like him. She doesn't like him. And now look at them, still together after all these years and now engaged to be married. So congratulations to them. So there's hope for people. Love Island does
Mhm.
work for some people, even when people say your relationship isn't real and you break up all the time. I'll be waiting for Nick and Landry's engagement announcement soon. Not soon, but in some years. It's coming. So when people,
Eventually.
they're not real. I'll be waiting. Anyway, so yes, congratulations to them. Next week, we are doing our finales of Survivor 50. We're losing Survivor 50. It is finally going to be gone. We have the rug has been ripped out from under us anyway, so I'm kind of ready for it to go now.
Yeah.
Um, and Fear Factor, 48 Hours of Fear. Their 48 hours will be up next
Already?
week. It'll be up next week. 48
Yeah.
hours. It's done. So we will be losing 2 shows next week. We're
Yeah.
losing
We're
one
going to be
tonight.
down to 2 shows after that.
2 shows after that. We're literally talking about.
But not for long, let me tell you.
Oh
I
no,
thought we
things
were
are.
going to have a slow summer. There's a lot this summer.
There's a lot happening this summer. We're getting Big Brother coming out. We found out the premiere date of Big Brother also July 9th. So that's another
Mhm.
show that we got coming out in July. We have Project Runway coming out soon. We have there's more shows that's happening. And
Yeah, let me run through the list. I can pull that up pretty quickly so you can find out what we're going to be talking about pretty soon since these shows are coming. But in order of premiere dates, so May 31st, we have The Traitors New Zealand season
yep,
3. June 1st, Love Island UK season
yep.
13. June 2nd,
Mhm.
Love Island USA season 8. June 2nd, America's Got Talent 21. Those are all within 3 days. We have four
All
shows
within
starting
3 days. Not America's
and
Got Talent start on the same day as Love Island. Oh my God.
yep, yep.
Okay.
And then we've got some drag coming. We got
Yes.
La Mas Draga has their All Star season Solo Las Mas. That's coming June 16th. And then hopping into July, on July 9th, we have both Project Runway Season 22 and Big Brother 28, just as Lana mentioned. And then July 13th, we have Dancing with the Stars, the next pro. So we're gonna have a busy summer.
I don't know how we gonna watch all these shows. I don't even know.
A lot of those shows air many times a week.
Love Island and both Love Island is all week. Like
Mhm.
I think we have 1 day, 2 days off of Love Island. Oh my God. Oh my
Big Brother
God.
three
Big
days
Brother
or
is three
4
days a week. Oh yeah,
because we
sometimes
still have unlocked or yeah
unlocked.
unlocked.
Jesus, Lord, have mercy on our souls when we have so much TV to watch and not a lot of time. But we
Right.
go do what we can and we go watch what we can and do what we can. But yeah, we thought we had a slow summer. Not a word of itself. Not at
Nope.
all. But look, we might have to recruit some people to join us for Roundup to talk about some of these shows. Are we gonna be able to watch all these shows? I
Yep.
don't know. But we're gonna do our best to do all of that. But that's gonna be it. We are gonna get out of here. Once again, David, we say we're gonna keep it quick and keep it brief, but we don't. But we only got 2 shows next week, so maybe we'll see if we can do it in an hour or so, an hour and a half.
We
Who
still have 4
knows?
next week,
Oh
but
wait, we
it's
do.
2
We have
after
to
that.
talk about
Yeah.
the finales. Never mind. 2 hours. We got you. But we will be back next week talking about all the things. If you stuck around this whole time, like I say all the time, you are a real one. We appreciate you. Let us know in the comments what you think. Tell us everything you need to know about that we need to know. Tell us what you love about the show. What's your highlight of the week? Follow us on this channel and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We appreciate you. Follow us on all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And you can follow David and myself. And of course, where you can get your cup mug, Lana G's Creations at Etsy.com. Go scan that QR code, it'll take you right to it. We're going to get out of here. I got my duct tape. David, you got, I don't know what else you got over
I
there,
got my
but
kosher cup.
period. We're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.